Good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Hive, the site of this District 7 AAA opener between Upperman and Stone Memorial. I'm Noah McKay on the call here in the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined at the table by my friend Jacob Vincent, the lovely Madison McKay, producing things for us tonight as we are moments away from tip-off. We welcome you in to the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Tonight's broadcast, as always, is presented by our friends with Gentry's Power Equipment, and we're about 3 minutes away from tip-off in the first half of our doubleheader, the girls' game in the top AAA girls basketball district in the state, as the Lady Bees welcome in the Stone Memorial Lady Panthers. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape in this one. Stone Memorial under head coach Mike Buck, a 6-9 overall record. They've had a long layoff, 10 days off since their last game down in Florida, a loss against Archer out of Georgia. But for Stone Memorial, the same exact story as last year, Jacob. The record nowhere near as indicative of how good this basketball team is. Coach Buck has scheduled extremely difficult with the hopes that it prepares them to face a team like the Lady Bees.
Yeah, the Stone Memorial team, very similarly to what they have always done under Coach Buck, have played a very, very good schedule. I think they're one of the top 10 schedules in the state of Tennessee for 3A, according to Coach T, in strength of schedule. So they have challenged themselves throughout this season. And it's also a team that they're looking differently now because they've got Courtney Hedrick, who's back out there on the court for the last few ball games. She's still trying to find her rhythm offensively, defensively, trying to get back up to game speed as well. When you're coming off a leg injury like she is, it's really tough to, it's really tough to get back up to speed that you were playing before the injury. And obviously she's a very talented player, so they are very glad to have her back and out there on the court, and it's definitely going to help this Stone team. And to that point, they're 3-1 in their last 4 games, so they're already playing better basketball. It's going to be tested today, though, against one of the top teams in the state in Upperman.
It is the Upperman Lady Bees, the number 1 ranked team in the UC Top 5 with a 16-3 overall record under head coach Dana McWilliams, her 31st season here in Baxter, and they have gotten it rolling again, coming off a dominant 71-32 win against Franklin County, shot the lights out on the road in Winchester, 11 straight wins against in-state competition for the Lady Bees. It's more of the same, but it's an Upperman team that's hungry to get back to the top of this district in both the regular season and in the tournament. Past couple of years, they've had good finishes to the seasons, but the regular season has presented some bumps for them. They don't want that to start tonight against the Stone team. The last time they faced them was at the Hooper Eblen Center in the district tournament, and Stone beat them last year.
Yeah, and all 3 games that they played last year were really, really close. Even both games in the regular season were under 10 points, and then obviously they were able to get the win in that district tournament game. And for Upperman, you want to start off the district play well because they haven't been able to do that the last few years. Obviously, it was White County a couple of years ago. Last year, White County again. I mean, it's kind of been their bugaboo at the start of the district tournament district schedule, and we'll see what they can do tonight as a home game.
We'll have all the action in the tee-up starting lineups when we come back. This is the high school basketball game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back to Baxter. It's time for the tee-up starting lineups. This is the high school basketball game of the week, and it is a doubleheader moments away from tip-off in the first half between the Lady Bees and the Lady Panthers. Let's meet the starting lineups. Tee-up is your hometown state-of-the-art golfing indoor experience. We appreciate them for being an all-inclusive sponsor to us here at UCR. Starting for the Stone Memorial Lady Panthers under head coach Mike Buck with a record of 6 victories and 9 losses. Number 2, Addison Howard. Number 15, Ella Jane May. Number 23, Ashley Wittenberg. Number 24, Lily Hench. And number 25, Courtney Hedrick. For the homestanding Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Jana McWilliams with a record of 16 victories and 3 losses. Number 11, Sadie South. Number 12, Taylor Delente. Number 22, Gracie Butler. Number 23, Maggie Butler. And number 41, Ava May Allen. The Lady Bees in the home white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers in the front and the back with black letters and black trim. Stone Memorial, they've headed into the locker room briefly. We expect them to return any second now. We're not really sure why they ran back there. The Lady Bees do have a cool pregame hype video, and it's a little loud, so maybe they wanted to be able to hear each other. But here they come, the Panthers in the visitor black jerseys, black shorts with white numbers and gold trim. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vincent. Madison McKay producing things for us. Happy to be with you tonight here, one day ahead of Snowmageddon. We're not going anywhere tomorrow. Literally. Like, the stores have been ransacked.
I hope you're all ready.
Yeah, because it is going to about 6 a.m. tomorrow. You are where you are, and you're not leaving there for a few days. But we're in the gym tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's the District 7 AAA opener, and this one is going to be fun. Lead official walks it in, throws it up. Let's get it on. And Baxter, Lady Panthers possess the opening tip. Senior point guard Addison Howard quickly sends it ahead to May, and a quick turnaround jumper is good. Stone wastes no time with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, May just stepping right into it. Defense didn't really get out on her, taking the opportunity and knocking it down, and a good start for the Lady Panthers on offense.
Gracie Butler drives, finger roll, and one. Gracie Butler with the finish. Ella Jane May just got the 2, but she picks up the personal there, and Gracie Butler will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Well, pretty good energy to start this ball game on both sides. Obviously, for Upperman, they've got the band out here tonight, a pretty good crowd on hand as well, and a good start for Gracie Butler getting to the basket and able to hit the free throw.
There was a noticeable difference down there pregame on the sidelines, a little bit more energy, a little bit more intensity. Now is when the wins and losses really count. Yeah. You're in the district. Every game can be the difference between extending your season once you get into the tournament and not. as Wittenberg sends it right side now back to May. May, the newcomer to the lineup here, is Hedrick inside out pass to Howard. She'll shoot a lot of threes. That one's a little bit offline. Rebound down to Delente, and Taylor Delente quickly pushes it ahead.
Delente obviously playing some really good basketball against Franklin County a game ago. 8 of 9 from downtown and hit 8 in a row.
That tied a state record with consecutively made threes. That three no good. Fight for it inside. Rebound is still loose. Stone has it as Hinch saves it to Howard. This is, we believe, an officiating crew out of Middle Tennessee. That is a generally a little bit more physical area. Generally, as that's a travel. Shuffle the feet. Every once in a while,
we were
at
Hendersonville the other night. And
now, I will also say, generally, the girls' basketball nowhere near as good as ours girls' basketball is, and a lot of times it's officiated a little bit differently. We hope that's not the case tonight, but we do have a barn burner of a boys' game coming up next. Caps, Cobb, round one, as the boys will face off the top two teams in the Upper Cumberland. Delente flashes off a screen, steps back, now finds Maggie Butler. Right now, Hedrick not stretching to Maggie as Gracie puts up the runner no. Rebound down to Stone. Lady Bees lead by 1. We're a minute 40 in.
Some really good defense there by Lily Hinch on Taylor Delente.
Nice backdoor cut to Hedrick, but too strong off the glass. No. That Upperman defense tries to clamp down.
Numbers here for the Lady Bees if they hurry.
And now Gracie Butler with it, weaving through traffic. Over to Ava May Allen. Puts it on the deck, now floats back.
But you can tell Lily Hinch is kind of taking it upon herself, just sticking on Taylor Delente all the way through the court.
And Taylor Delente goes in for the offensive rebound. Back to Gracie Butler, drives in. The Amtrak leaves the station and finishes the 2.
Yeah, doing a nice job dipping that shoulder in, creating some space, and then fading away over the taller Hedrick and able to knock it down. And already a couple of really nice drives early on to settle in Gracie Butler.
Now Upperman brings the press as May drives and a little no-look feed. Nice dish. 3 ball up, no. Rebound down. And that's the fight to watch. Hedrick and Maggie Butler, as Maggie got the seal off that time. Delente with the board. The outlet to South. The sophomore South. Good for 2. And Upperman's on a little bit of a run here. I was going to say, Jacob, be interesting to watch that bat on the other end, as that's a pass. Tipped by South out of play. As Maggie Butler right now is being guarded by Courtney Hedrick. But Hedrick's not extending the perimeter. Maggie Butler can shoot it. Missed 0 for 2. We'll see how that chess match continues throughout the evening.
Well, and obviously I said it too. Courtney Hedrick's trying to get back up to game speed as May's got a wide open lane.
She does. Takes it all away and can't finish. Rebound down to South. And Cora Bass, fresh off the bench, puts it behind the back. It ends up being a pass to Gracie Butler. Gracie Butler's fielded it. Drives in and is fouled. Courtney Hedrick picks up her first.
2 missed layups as well for Stone Memorial. You're already down by 5 points, so you've got easy bunnies that you need to be making on the other end against this Upperman defense and unable to do so. And right now for Upperman, they're really trying to speed up this Stone Memorial defense, and it seems like it's working well.
And Upperman not into the 2-3 yet. We know they'll check into it at some point. As the first free throw at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line is good for Gracie Butler, who already has 6 points in the contest. Both these teams and coaches know each other so well already. It's first meeting of the season, but you see some teams are picking their poison. Different players get into spots they don't normally get to as they try to take away other things. But a 9-2 lead for the Lady Bees. Here comes May ahead. Butler chasing. Kicks to Howard. Howard into Hedrick. Hedrick tries to move into low block. Turnaround shot with the right hand. Good for Courtney Hedrick.
Yeah, finally got her first opportunity. Good position. A nice turnaround as well. Maggie Butler, pretty good defense. Just a better shot.
And pretty physical play early. They're letting it go on both ends. No problem there. Maggie Butler again. See Hedrick's just staying in the low block.
Yeah.
Maggie Butler's wide open. Triggers this 3. No good. And Stone's going to continue to let her shoot it until it goes through.
Exactly that. Until she makes it, they're not going to come out of it.
What a pass inside. May with a nice shot fake in the finish for 2.
Yeah, that's a heck of a feed from half court.
And now a 4-0 Stone run. Quickly ahead here South. Back to Maggie Butler. Drives into Hedrick. And that's the second personal on Courtney Hedrick. Big call there. Looked to be the right one to my eye. And Maggie Butler goes to the line to shoot 2.
It was a foul. What I don't like about it, that whistle was really quick, almost like it was anticipating the contact. She did come down with the arm, so it did end up being a foul, but it seemed like she blew the whistle before the actual contact.
Maggie Butler struggling shooting early, misses that one. And this is a difference for Stone from last year, Jacob. Courtney Hedrick out of the game. No Kaylee Waldo. Lost her obviously to graduation. They don't have that second big as Brooklyn Lane checks in. They have played several games obviously this year without Hedrick. As Butler goes 0 for 2, it's a big break for Stone, down just 3.
Yeah, you're going to see Addison Howard take a lot of shots now. Obviously, we saw May early on take the jumper. Lily Hinch can also shoot from outside. So the offense is going to change a little bit here without Hedrick on the floor.
And Upperman does drop into that patented 2-3 Dana McWilliams zone. Back and forth passing here as Wittenberg trying to find somewhere to go. Sends to Hinch. Hinch has floated off the bench and in the starting lineup last year. Now she's a mainstay in there this year. May tries to step through. Butler all over. Kick out pass Wittenberg. 3, and we're tied.
What a shot there by Wittenberg from outside. Able to step into it. Nice in and out action. Open on the perimeter and able to knock it down.
How about the answer by Stone? A 7-0 run by the Lady Panthers on the road. We're all tied up in this 7 AAA opener. Gracie Butler got a quick breather. She's back at the table. Now Maggie picks up. Backdoor cut. Delenti bobbled it and won. Taylor Delenti finishes. A little push in the back by Ashley Wittenberg. It'll be her first, team's fourth, and a trip to the line for Taylor Delenti.
Yeah, it was a heck of a cut by Taylor Delenti, and Ashley Wittenberg wasn't able to stay in front of her, just kind of give her a shove in the back there to hopefully make her miss it, but she makes it, and now she's going to be at the line to try to complete a three-point play.
She's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line, and the leading scorer for the Lady Bees has 3 so far. A little bit of milestone watch for her tonight. And that, did she step out or is it a foul? It's a foul. Sadie South will be called for her first personal, team's first. And 14 fouls to 1. You may see a couple of quick ones called against the Lady Bees. The stripes are just human, too. You look up and see that discrepancy, go, oh, I don't know about that one. As Wittenberg crosses the timeline with it.
That one was a little too much body on the sideline.
We had an earthquake. Back to Howard at the top of the key. Under 3 to play in the first quarter. Been a fun one so far as we expected. Howard pivots, not over the shoulder feed. Now a drive, trying to get past Butler, who gives up no quarter. Back to Howard. Howard off a screen. Bass defending, driving in. Howard throws it up in the foul. Cora Bass picks up her first, and Addison Howard a trip to the line to shoot 2.
It's a good job by Addison Howard, realizing she's got the mismatch with Cora Bass just in terms of the height. She can take her down low into that post. Obviously, she can handle the basketball, and a good drive to draw the contact.
Interesting that Upperman jumped out of the zone immediately. We're back in the man-to-man. Don't typically see them do that as Caitlin Smith checks in for the first time, in for Ashley Wittenberg. Howard made the first. The second one is up. And as you would expect from Addison Howard, 2 for 2.
And it could have been Wittenberg knocked down that 3 to tie it up. Maybe that just not liking what she saw, that being Coach McWilliams, just on that one possession. And obviously they played pretty well in the man-to-man to start the game.
There's that pass inside to Ella Harrell. They love the play. Won't go. The putback also too strong. Ricochets back. Sadie South with it. Finds Delenti. Delenti. Underhand flip for Gracie Butler. She'll drive the lane again. Butler ripped out of her hands, and a jump will be the call. As grabbing in there was Brooklyn Lane. The arrow belongs to the Lady Bees. And Dana McWilliams wants a timeout to talk about things. 2:17 to go in the first quarter. It's 12-11. 30-second timeout. We'll stay through it. Stone with the big answer. Went down 9-2. They answered back, got that big 3 from Wittenberg, and now a little bit of a stalemate in the first quarter.
Well, listen, it's not unexpected. I mean, these teams played 3 times a year ago, obviously twice in the regular season, both close wins for Upperman, and then in the district tournament, Stone was able to get the best of them. And it seems like it's starting to go that way again. Last year, Stone Memorial's advantage was their size, and I think a little bit of it this year, but Courtney Hedrick is off the floor. Well, now they've got some shooters paired around. Howard on the outside. We saw Wittenberg knock it down. Hinch can knock it down as well. Lane has given some really good minutes. She just tied it up underneath. So this Stone team, it's a team that we've talked about for the last few seasons saying, hey, they're about a year away. They're about a year away. Well, that year is here. They're playing some good basketball right now.
Inbound coming. Bass running out of time, and we'll have a foul for a hold. And this could be free throws as they've rapidly hit the bonus. Oh, never mind. My apologies. It goes on the Lady Bees. It'll be called on Gracie Butler. So my apologies. Third team foul against Upperman. Gracie Butler can't believe it. And it'll go back to the Panthers.
Guessing was on a screen. May have held on the way through, trying to hold a defender off.
Howard with it. Howard. Full court feed. Found Hinch. Nice dish. Now Hinch. Little trap arrives, finds May. May puts the dribble down with the right hand, fires Bass, tipped and intercepted. Cora Bass picks it off. Now it's a foot race. Bass with May chasing and one. Cora Bass with the finish. It's the second on Ella Jane May, and that's one she'll want to have back.
Yeah, and May, obviously a younger player with the Stowe Memorial team. That's one you trail behind. You go for the block up top, but you cannot give anybody there. If you're going to foul, you got to make it count. And that's a nice drive by Cora Bass. Obviously a nice steal as well.
And Cora Bass is really coming to her own since going to that six-man roll off the bench. And you see it there. She started to score the basketball. We'll keep you updated on other games. Over on the main page, Pickett County and Clay County. Big doubleheader there in single A as Bass finishes the freebie. We also have important games in 7 AAA tonight. Livingston and Cumberland County, Sparta and DeKalb County going on tonight in doubleheaders across the area. Stepping through the trap there was Smith. She finds the target. And now Wittenberg goes to work. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Lady Bees lead by 4 on their home floor. Howard flashing inside. Nice dish in the finish for Caitlin Smith.
That's something that Stone has done a really nice job of, is that Upperman defense on the initial cut. They've kind of taken their eyes off a couple of times now.
First open look for Sadie South of the night. No. Cora Bass may have gotten away with one. Rebound tipped out. Gracie Butler with it. Butler tries to drive, loses handle. Big scrum, and we'll have a stoppage. And now a little bit of extracurriculars. It's a jump. The arrow belongs to Stone.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there. You think this game means something in 7 AAA?
It's amazing. I was in this gym on Saturday. How different it feels.
Yeah, the energy.
The second district play hits. It's
100%.
just totally different.
Well, and obviously, I mean, all these teams, you said it, but all these coaches, they respect each other. They know how good each other is. And so you have to win every single game if you can.
Auburn Johnson into the game for the first time, and she tips that one out of play. It'll stay with him, and Johnson straight up one-hand grabbing that time. It is aggressive defense that they're letting go right now on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, a little bit more size with Johnson coming on as well with Bass going out.
Allen tips that one. Howard grabs it. Those two going toe-to-toe. Howard, little shrug. We play on. Right side, Wittenberg. She gets free off a nice fake and a foul. Johnson got her money's worth on that one. Ashley Wittenberg to the line to shoot 2. And this one feels like a rivalry all of a sudden in here right now.
Yeah, it's been very physical early on, and Stowe Memorial has not shied away from that physicality whatsoever. Obviously, they've played a really good schedule. They've played some really physical teams, and they've got some really good senior leaders in Addison Howard. Obviously, Courtney Hedrick picked up an early foul, but this is a good Stone team, and they're up for the challenge.
First one good. This for the tie. For Wittenberg, no in and out, and first time all year I've heard the students get rowdy in a free throw. Ava May Allen pushing the tempo, forced to slow back for Johnson. No threes in the quarter for a Lady Bees team that has reined them in this season. They're going to get another attempt as Delenti gets wide open. No good, too strong. Long rebound. Johnson wrestles it away from a couple of Lady Panthers. Back to Delenti. Lines up another deep one. No, missed it wide right. Rebound down to Stone. Now a big collision inside. We play on.
I think she just got tripped up.
Hinch pushes ahead. Smith kicks out Howard in rhythm. 4-3. Good. Addison Howard reigns it home, and the Lady Panthers go in front by a pair. 2 open threes on one end, nothing. Open 3 on the other, Cash. 12 seconds left. Maggie Butler has it. Maggie looking back door, bad pass. It'll go the other way to Stone. And Stone has come on the road and knocked Upperman out of their game a little bit here in the first quarter. And there goes Hedrick to the table with 2 fouls, as does May for this final offensive play with 8.2 seconds to go in the first.
Yeah, plenty of time. You got to go quickly, but plenty of time to get it down the court and possibly get a look inside if you can. Got to break the press first.
Wittenberg with a step, driving ahead and a foul. This could be 2 free throws for Ashley Wittenberg, as Ava May Allen going to pick up the hold. It'll be her first, team's 5th. 2 freebies here as both teams are in the bonus.
Coach McWilliams asking for a travel there because that ball did come up kind of past the hand as Wittenberg was coming down the court. And even if you're dribbling, you still can't take 2 or 3 steps as you are dribbling.
First free throw will not go. So Wittenberg now has missed a couple in a row.
Update over on the Facebook page. Pickett County leading Clay County 20-12 early on in the second quarter.
That's on the EJ's Bargain scoreboard. 4.7 seconds. Wittenberg second on the way. Good. Splits them there. It gives 5 points in the quarter for Ashley Wittenberg. 4.7 seconds. What does Upperman want here? It's going to be Johnson bringing it up. She's picked up defensively. 1 second and a foul. And this is going to be 2 free throws for Auburn Johnson as Emma Smith picks up her first. And with 1 second to go, Auburn Johnson will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Try to cut it to 1.
Well, both coaches are not going to be happy how this quarter has come to an end. We saw Coach Buck there on the sideline just kind of throwing his hands up in the air saying, there's 1 second, don't foul. Because it does this. It puts a player at the line for 2 free throws.
And there was no chance for a shot that would have come anywhere near for the Lady Bees there as Johnson.
Not a good shot, at least.
Correct. Cashes the first. Auburn Johnson's earned more minutes, played really well in Greenville and in Florida for the Lady Bees. The second one, there's your announcer jinx for the evening. No good. And that brings us to the end of an awesome first quarter. Back and forth we go. After one, it's Stone 18, Upperman 16. It's the high school basketball game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, Lady Bee basketball, as we get back to it here in the second quarter. Stone Memorial leads 18-16, a high-scoring affair. You don't see many of those on the girls' side in this gym.
Especially in this game
exactly
with these two teams.
As South drives the lane, fires in, somehow finds Butler. Put a dribble down, shouldn't have done that. Maggie trying to save it. It's still loose on the floor. South trying to get away from Wittenberg, and Ashley Wittenberg wins the fight. Now Smith fires a little tip pass to Hinch. That pass intercepted by Sadie South. South in transition, good for 2.
So makes this playing this Upperman team so hard. They defend you 94 feet, and they do not let up. Even if it seems like you're going to have an easy lane just getting up the court.
That's where Upperman feels like they have the biggest advantage over everybody they play with the speed. The guards that they have, and you throw in the Butler twins, and they can really run. And they are staying in the man-to-man. A little drive and kick out into the corner. Smith fires back out. We're talking in the break. Would they go into the 2-3? Not yet. A little crossover. Nice move. Wittenberg bumped on the way up. No call. Rebounded by Gracie Butler. Butler leads the game with 7 points. Fires a pass ahead to South. Back to Gracie Butler. She'll drive the lane. Gracie Butler. Fade away. No. Rebound down. Stone with it. Caught a lot in between the arcs, not caught a lot inside on either side.
Which I think I'm okay with. It's been a nice little flow.
Wittenberg has it. 90 seconds into the second quarter, we're knotted up at 18. 7 AAA opener for both teams. South steps to Wittenberg, tries to go pass, now flips back. Grabbed by Smith. Smith with a little drive and kick it in the corner, and she traveled. Lane shuffled the feet off the pass fake. Possession back to Upperman as Ella Harrell checking in for Maggie Butler.
Yeah, and for Stone right now, no Addison Howard, no Courtney Hedrick, so some of these players having to step, no May on the floor either. So some of their top 3 options offensively not out there right now, so it's really going to rely upon here on this defensive side of the ball.
Both Hedrick and May left the game with 2 fouls. Howard does not have any fouls. Just got a quick breather.
Now coming back to the scorer's table.
And now a moving screen will be called on Ella Harrell. It'll be her first, team's first. It's going the other way.
Well, Lily Hinch is really lucky it got called an offensive foul because she went out and tackled Taylor Delente as she caught that pass because she knew she was going to shoot the 3 if she was able to get it off in time, and Hinch was a little bit late trying to get around the screen, which obviously could have been why it was a foul.
Comment along with us here on YouTube. And if you have score updates from other games, we want to hear them. Let us know in the comments. Kick out pass, little drive in, nice move, and the lay-in is good off the glass for Emma Smith, her first points of the game.
Yeah, and we've said it in these games a lot of times, that supporting cast is massive. You know the stars are going to show out. The supporting cast has been really, really good.
One-on-one, Gracie Butler drives in again, and a foul is called. 2 freebies coming for Gracie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. This one goes on Brooklyn Lane. That'll be her first, team's first.
Doing a little bit better job of defending without fouling. It's always tough. You said it. I mean, she's a freight train coming in there to the basket. It is so hard to defend Gracie Butler when she's got a head of steam. If you don't cut her off before she can pick up that steam, it is so difficult to defend her at the basket. Otherwise, she is going to draw a foul.
Butler makes the first, flies away the second. Got the shooter's roll. Back tied up at 20. Buckle your seatbelts. We expect 2 barn burners tonight. Now Wittenberg. Shouldered by Allen. Sends it ahead to Howard. Addison Howard back in the game. Pass right side. And the Lady Bees have moved into the zone. Wittenberg flips it over. Grabbed by Smith. Now back to Wittenberg. Flashes in Howard. Couple of backdoor cuts. That's the Mike Buck special, but it's well defended. Gracie Butler with a full court feed to South. One-on-one, Sadie South couldn't get the finger roll. Rebound down to Howard. Howard barrels inside. Throws it up off the glass. No. Butler with the rebound, and now she'll push it ahead. Has Delente with her. Euros through. Gracie Butler for 2 more.
That's a heck of a finish by Gracie Butler. The Euro step to get to the open space. And then Lane, a turnover. Didn't get in bounds as it got tipped off the hands of Wittenberg. And Upperman earns the basketball back.
Think about the previous 2 seasons. In both, Gracie Butler's hit a new level in the district play. Hoping for more of that here, and she's going back to the line. She got inside, and there's nothing you can do except commit that foul, or it's going to be an easy 2 as Brooklyn Lane will pick up her second. It's the team's second.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. I said it on the last possession. If you can't cut her off at the elbow, good luck. You have to foul her, otherwise she's going to make the layup at the basket.
First one at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line is no good for Gracie Butler, who has 11 points so far in the game. That paces all scorers. Next one is good. Nothing but net for Butler. And now Upperman back into the full court press. And now it's another steal. Gracie Butler picks off the pass, drives in again, finger roll good. Gracie Butler's taking over the basketball game.
Just going to say, it's starting to turn into the Gracie Butler game. She has played really, really well here in this first half because they are defending Taylor Delente and Sadie South very well on the perimeter.
Little inside out. Howard tries to drive, throws up the runner herself. No, guess who got the board? Gracie Butler. Here comes 22 the other way. Full court feed finds South. South floats back to Bass. Back to South. Corner 3 on the way. No. Rebounded by Cora Bass.
It's her second offensive rebound.
Into Harrell. Turn around with the left hand. No. Got her own rebound again. Good and 1. Ella Harrell takes out the trash and finishes. And Lane has picked up 3 here in the quarter. And all of a sudden, the Lady Bees are out in front by 7. And Ella Harrell look to make it 8.
I mean, just a really good job by the Lady Bees. You said it, up by 7, possibly a chance to go up by 8, and they're starting to speed up Stone Memorial again. Stone Memorial needs to slow it down on the offensive half, which is tough because then you got to get into the half-court defense of Upperman, and I'm guessing that's why you're not trying to slow it down. Nice job there to convert the 3-point play, and it's going to lead to a timeout.
And how about the improvement at the line this year by Ella Harrell as she makes the freebie, and we've got a 30-second timeout on the floor. Scratch that and make it a full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with a midway through the second. Lady Bees on a run.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 4:03 to go in the second quarter. Upperman on a run. They lead 28-20. We've got a couple of score updates on the EJ's Barn scoreboard.
White County leading DeKalb County 36-4 right before halftime, and last check at Pickett County, they were up by 20 points on Clay County.
I got a feeling this is a 5-team race this year in 7 AAA. Like DeKalb County, they got a few issues.
We'll try to bring you Livingston Academy, Cumberland County score if we do come across one.
And how about the run here? We were talking in the break. The press, 94 feet of pressure for the Lady Bees, really working. But we saw Stone erase a 7-point first quarter deficit. Now they're in a little bit of a hole in the second. They got to get it turned around here in a hurry.
Well, again, Courtney Hedrick picked up a couple of fouls there in that first quarter. A big reason why she's not out on the floor right now. We've seen Stone get sped up a little bit here these last couple possessions. Almost turned it over there.
Howard tries to drive around. Harrell throws it off the glass. What a finish for Addison Howard. And then she talks a little bit into the back of Ella Harrell on her way down the floor. Harrell didn't even glance back.
Yeah, it's falling on silent ears.
It is as Bass starts to drive. She'll kick out to Delenti. For Upperman, still looking for their first triple of the game. Harrell inside, turns and puts it in for two.
So good. She gets such good position inside, and the Lady Bees do a really good job around her of getting her the basketball when she earns that position.
Lily Hinch triggers the quick three. No rebound fought for. Harrell tips it over to Butler, and now Cora Bass will push it up. Bass feeds it over to Delenti. Delenti. Hinch gets in her grill, and now moving screen.
Oh.
No, it'll be a push call against Stone. And Ella Harrell thought she had her one called on her, and instead it goes on Lily Hinch. That'll be her first, team's fourth. So Upperman could be shooting a lot of free throws in this quarter, just like they did in the first.
Thought that looked more like a moving screen than the first one.
I think all things evened out because I thought the first one wasn't a moving screen, and that one was. Delenti gives to Butler. Again, Harrell posting up. They got a mismatch inside, and Ella Harrell couldn't finish that one. Tips the rebound to herself. The putback won't go. They're letting them fight inside. Wittenberg got the board that time. Inside the arc, you can do whatever you want right now in this game. That pass intercepted. Gracie Butler OBJ'd it. Fires it ahead to South. Feeds back looking for Bass, and Bass wasn't ready for it. A break for the Lady Panthers as they take it back down 8.
It was a good thought, but Coach McWilliams just saying, just go up and shoot the basketball. You've got position. You're probably going to get fouled.
Wittenberg with the basketball here. Bass stretching up to her. Now a little turnaround for Howard a couple of times. Flips it over the top right side. That pass tipped by South. It's going to go out of play. It'll stay with Stone. Maggie Butler back into the game, but Gracie Butler, who spurned the run in this quarter, 2, 4, 6, 7 points. 14 in the game for Gracie.
Yeah, I mean, she's been great here in this first half. Again, Stone's doing a great job defending that perimeter, and so that leaves Gracie Butler open a lot.
Howard getting down low in the double team. Finds Hench, nice extra feed. Open tray, won't go. Delenti with the rebound. Smith had a great look.
That's one they really needed to go down. You got to come up with a stop here with 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Cora Bass short-armed it a little bit, got her own rebound. Feeds to South, triggers the triple, and she hit it. Sadie South, the most lethal sharpshooter on 2 legs in the area, reigns in the sun. You're Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and it's timeout time for Coach Mike Buck. 30-second timeout. We'll stay through it.
Yeah, and then this is what Upperman can do to you. They can defend you, they can wear you down, and then their offense starts to come to life. Now you're starting to get some open avenues on the kick out there after the offensive rebound. And how about Cora Bass as well? She didn't miss her own shot, but she's got, 2 or 3 offensive rebounds here in this first half. The shortest player on the floor. She's attacking the glass, and it's something that Stone Memorial's not expecting.
18 points in the first quarter. Upperman's got into the zone. 4 points in the second quarter for Stone Memorial, and the Lady B offense has continued to roll. They had 16 in the first, 17 so far in the third or in the second. Still a lot of basketball to be played. Stone needs to finish this next 147 strong. Can't let this hole get bigger and bigger, and then let Dana McWilliams get on the whiteboard in the locker room.
I was just going to say, this is a big minute and 47 seconds here for Stone Memorial. You have to get a good couple of possessions here going to halftime. Got to get a good couple of possessions defensively as well, but you really need some points.
Now working ahead, pass back for Howard. Howard spins inside Addison. Howard, good and one. Gracie Butler picks up her second. Big call there, and Addison Howard gets the finish. You mentioned going to be a lot of Addison Howard here for Stone.
That's a heck of a finish and a really nice spin move to get to the open lane and lay it up and in. Butler just a little bit late going for the block attempt, and I think she must have got her on the arm because there wasn't a whole lot of body.
Yep. Howard at the line. Courtney Hedrick checking back in. She's still trying to work back into game shape. Remember, I mean, you tear your ACL, you're not on the floor. You're not doing anything for months as the next free throw is good for Howard. That's a big and one as he gets it back to 8.
Yeah, you can pretty much just do the bike, and that's about it. You can go through walkthroughs, but you're not doing sprints. You're not doing conditioning.
Bass sends over to Delenti. See what Upperman tries to do here. 90 seconds to go in the third, or in the second, rather. Keep trying to speed this game up for some reason. Delenti, as Stone now goes into a little zone look. Maggie Butler inside Harrell, kicks out. And a 3-second violation on Ella Harrell. Back of the foot was in the lane. Possession back to Stone. Big opportunity for the Lady Panthers.
Well, they got the score. They got the stop. Can they get another score? Start stringing these together to get it a little bit closer going to halftime.
Upperman still in the press. Nice feet ahead to Hench. Now she'll reverse over left side. Howard, a little shot fake. Throws it over her shoulder. Tips a couple of times. Where's it going? Stays on this end with Stone.
Kind of a nifty pass there, but just maybe a little bit too much. Too many defenders in between.
Yeah, she is as creative as they come with those different arm slots when she's passing. Hedrick out of the corner, trying to back down south. Now picks up, kicks back. Wittenberg for three. Couldn't get the roll. Offensive rebound, put back and one. Ella Jane May with the finish. Hadn't got to play a lot because of foul trouble, but you can count it. Big call here. Who's it on? That goes on Maggie Butler. It's her first.
And I really like what Coach Buck has done here. Ella Jane May, Courtney Hedrick picked up a couple of fouls early on. He said, you know what, we need some offense. Let's throw them back in there, and it has paid off in a big way.
That free throw missed everything. And it'll go back to the Lady Bees. And now all of a sudden that 12-point game down to 6. A huge push here in 46 seconds after that timeout.
Yeah, exactly what you wanted if you're Coach Buck. It's worked out perfectly. Now you bring out May, you bring out Hedrick, you defend really hard here for the final minute, and maybe you go into halftime down 2 possessions.
Delenti off a screen left side into Harrell again, and Ella Harrell, a foul will be called on the way up. We got one active whistle here today. That goes on Wittenberg. That is her second. So now 3 starters with 2 for Stone, and Ella Harrell to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
She just said she got hit on the arm, which, I mean, the physics aren't adding up here.
It's the first free throw for Harrell, misses wide left.
And I don't want to discredit Ella Harrell because she did have really good position
move.
again. But, man, that's a brutal call for Stone.
What are we waiting on? We're saying they were late to the table. Okay.
The officials are here.
They are here. Good assessment. We got a ref crew here tonight. As the free throw for Harrell, no good, 0 for 2, and Stone continues to crack back. 45 ticks left on the clock. Wittenberg over to Howard, thought about it, and that's travel. Yes, feet slid out from under, possession back to Upperman.
Yeah, I tried to go with the shot fake and just like you said it, the feet kind of spread apart. They slide just a little bit. They can't keep that pivot foot down.
Gracie Butler just sprinted
I don't
to
know
the
how
table.
It's a whole lot different than Stone on the other
Both
side
of them
trying to get
line
subs
to come in the game. That's Pass going to bring it up. And Upperman probably, definitely, going to hold for the last shot here with 33 seconds to go with a 6-point advantage.
Hey, you need to. Stone Memorial's got the momentum right now.
Hench trying to stretch towards Bass. Bass resets the timer. Now picks up, goes over for Butler. 20 seconds, back to Bass. 17. Hench just trying to start the clock, see if they can force a mistake. 10 seconds. There's Harrell. Harrell gives off to Butler. Butler drives the light, throws up the shot. Good. Gracie Butler with the finish. Maybe a little bit of Golden Globes inside there for Howard, who's hopefully okay. But the buzzer beater for Gracie Butler makes it an 8-point lead for the Lady Bees. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams when we come back during the Happy Hiller halftime show. It's Upperman 35, Stone Memorial 27, the District 7 3A opener. It's a high school basketball game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, Hiller! You'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. Hiller! When you fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman leads Stone Memorial 35-27. First half of our doubleheader. The boys' game to come up next. A lot of people in the building to watch it as the Bees take on the Panthers. We're joined by Upperman head coach Bobby McWilliams. Coach, thanks as always for taking some time. Let's start, first of all, you go to Florida, come back, clearly don't have your sea legs under you when you go down there to the Franklin. How you feeling now? You got 4 days away. You went down to Franklin County on Tuesday night. How do you feel just about the state of this roster right now as you get into the most important part of the season?
We're starting to get healthy, and as a result, we're able to have a practice or two. We've been since mid-December and probably only had maybe 3 quality practices since then, and I think it's hurt us a little bit. We're just not we're just not as sharp as we need to be. But it's a long season. We got a big month coming up, and hopefully in the next the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll start to get ourselves kind of lined back out. But I mean, that being said, we still feel like we're a pretty good team, but we need some practice. We need a little bit of practice time, consistency in that as well.
Anytime Bronson Chaffin doesn't run out into the floor with your guys, my phone blows up asking where Bronson Chaffin is. So I'll just ask you, what's Bronson Chaffin's status tonight? Do you expect him to play?
He's been one of those kids that's been pretty sick over the last about 3 weeks and really 2.5. But he will play tonight. We just held him out just the other day. Got banged up a little bit in practice, but he's going to play tonight. He's pretty competitive. He could have played the other night and actually wanted to play a little bit, but we just felt like for the longevity of the season and for his health that we needed to hold him an extra day. So we did, and but hopefully he'll be ready to go tonight, and we'll need him.
Preseason, top 2 teams in the district, you and Stone Memorial. All season in our rankings, you and Stone Memorial. You open up district play with them. I know all the district games are very important. Stone specifically, though, what are some of the challenges? And then just kind of what does this game feel like? You played 3, barn burners with this team a year ago, and then dating back years between you and Coach Caps.
Yeah, they with them, you fully expect to catch their best game for sure. They've got a lot of length, probably more than we've seen all year. So that's going to be an adjustment period for us to try to navigate our way through that. They shoot the ball well. These kids have all played together for a long period of time, and you can tell that by the way they interact with each other on the court. So, it's definitely one of their better teams, and it's not going to be an easy task, but. We're looking forward to see what the game holds for us, see where we're at, see what we need to improve on, because games like this is where you get exposed a little bit, and we're looking forward to that as I'm sure they are too. It's just 2 really quality teams out here competing, and first of many in this gauntlet of a district. So we just got to take them one at a time, and we'll start with tonight and see what happens.
What is the challenges presented by Cade Caps, averaging 31 points per game? That is very rare for somebody to do that in a 32-minute game.
Sure.
What do you have to do to have success? And just trying to make life difficult for him.
He's so crafty in the way that he scores. He scores at all 3 levels. He's got a nice mid-range game. You can get to the basket and get the foul line on you, and obviously he shoots it, at a really high clip from deep. So it just presents a lot of problems for us trying to figure out how we can best slow him down. that being said, you know, we've got other capable players on his team that are nice players themselves. So, you know, it just presents a lot of matchup problems for, you know, for a lot of teams, us included. And hopefully we can just, you know, make them take some really tough shots from time to time throughout the game. And, you know, you got to rebound it, not turn it over, and capitalize when you have an opportunity. It's just basic basketball. It's not like it's rocket science. But as we move through the season, move through this game, we got to figure out, you know, who we are as a team, identity-wise, and be able to score when teams guard us that know us so well. So, and that's, you know, that's one of these games that you get exposed in. They're gonna show you what you know, what they want to take away. But hopefully, you know, hopefully we can slow them down just a little bit. You know, they've played some really, really good teams and have a great record to show for it. So, like I said, it's one of their better teams that I've seen them have there at Stone, and they've had some good ones.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, it's a great matchup to open up district play. Good luck to you later tonight.
Thank you.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Bobby McWilliams for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. Jacob Vincent back on the headset alongside me, Noah McKay. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. At the break in the girls' game, a 35-27 lead for the Lady Bees, and a really solid second quarter for the home team. But Stone still in it, had a little push there towards the end of the second quarter. They're going to need more of that as they try to do what very few teams do, which is come into this building and knock off this basketball team.
I think that half right there is a great example of why it is so hard to beat this Upperman team, because Stone Memorial did a great job defensively and running them off of the three-point line, because Sadie South and Taylor Delente have been absolutely torching teams this season. They still have Gracie Butler. It was a tremendous score at the bucket. She is so hard to guard. You have to cut her off before she gets there, and Stone was unable to do so in that first half.
Hedrick and Butler going back at it in the low block as Upperman's in the man-to-man. Wittenberg with it, gives back to Hedrick. Hedrick picks up her dribble back to Wittenberg. Wittenberg backs out. We're 20 seconds into the third quarter. Now bounces it for Howard. Howard works off a screen. Ava May Allen worked off that screen really nicely. Hedrick with it. Long possession so far here for the Lady Panthers. Hedrick with it. Fires over the top for Howard. Gets inside and a nice left-hand finish for Addison Howard. 7 points so far for her as they're back within 6. South got open again, and Sadie South reigns it home. The second. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate, 3 of the game for Upperman, both in the sophomore Sadie South.
Yeah, she doesn't need a whole lot of space. She catches and she fires quickly.
Now we have a whistle and a timeout called by Mike Buck.
Smart.
As he sensed the trap was already there, and to the surprise of no one, Upperman already into the full court press. That's really what the difference was in that second quarter defensively.
It's a big timeout, too, because it probably turns into an Upperman layup. It's already a 9-point lead after the made 3, so you keep possession of the basketball. Now you got to come up with a good press break to get it down the court and try to get some points on the board, because you go down by double digits against this Lady Bees team, and it is near impossible to come back from.
The gym is packed, and there is a nervous anticipation for the boys' game. The top 2 teams in the Upper Cumberland, Cobb and Caps. Stone and Upperman, round number 1, will tip off 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game.
There's a lot of times this gym is standing room only. Tonight will be one of those times.
Getting there already. Some have already just decided I'm going to stand there in between the stanchions.
It's a great view down there. It's where Goose is.
Wittenberg has it swiped by Allen. Can she stay in? She can. Ava Mae Allen with the steal. Keeps it in, but Gracie Butler had not established position in the half court. The Upperman fans don't like it, but that is the right call, and possession will go back to Stone Memorial.
You have to actually be on the floor in the front courts.
Just like if you go out of bounds, you have to establish back in with 2 feet. You have to do the same if you're coming from the back court into the front court.
It doesn't matter if she's in the air in the front court. She's got to be on the floor and establish.
Upperman into the zone. Howard fires into Hedrick. Hedrick back out to Hench. Now Wittenberg. Those quick passes trying to find the soft spot. A drive for Howard. Fires to Hedrick. Now back. Wittenberg for 3. No. Good rebounding position for Taylor Delente, and now she'll push it ahead. Full court feed to South. Back to Maggie Butler. Outlet feed to Allen. She'll trigger the 3. Good. Ava Mae Allen with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. And if she's hitting triples, you can pack it up and head to the crib. Here's Lily Hinch ahead, and a foul. Maggie Butler went up and committed it. And committed it indeed.
She committed to committing the foul.
Did.
Yes.
It'll be the second on her. Hinch to the stripe to shoot 2. Ava Mae Allen with the 3. And that sound you hear is actually her mom still yelling on the other side of the gym. As the first free throw is no good for Lily Hinch.
Yeah, this is danger time right now for Stone Memorial. Coming out of the half, you played some really good basketball going into halftime, got a bucket out of the break. But now Upperman is starting to hit the 3s. They only hit 1 of them in the first half. They're starting to hit some more here in this second half and starting to build their lead.
The difference between their close games and their blowouts has simply been that. The close games, they've relied on their defense. In the blowouts, they've relied on their defense, and they've hit 3s as South flashes off a screen. Now Delente does the same. Wide open. Taylor Delente, no. She's having a little bit of a cold night from behind the arc. Now quickly ahead, here's Stone. Wasting no time, Howard. What a feed inside. May fires back out to Hinch. Hinch poked away by Taylor Delente. She stole it. Press square on the PlayStation controller. Pass ahead to Allen. She tiptoes the sideline, saves it into South. Now Butler. Delente's wide open. Butler didn't see it.
Both McWilliams on the sideline jumping up and down.
Well, South's open in the corner, and that barely touched the net. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Sadie South, and Stone's got to be really careful now. 5:09 to go in the third. It's a 14-point Lady B advantage. Howard, great hezzy, stepping through the defense, fires to Hinch. 2-3 zone back in, and another steal. Ava Mae Allen pickpockets. Now she drives ahead. Allen off the glass, no, but a foul. This one going to go on Ella Jane May, and that is her 3rd. And a trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 for Ava Mae Allen.
How about the energy from Ava Mae Allen these last couple of possessions, defensively turning them into offense, saving the ball inbounds a couple of plays ago, leading to a 3. That time it leads to a couple attempts at the free throw line. She just hit a 3 a few possessions ago. I mean, a great start to this half for Ava Mae Allen.
And it was kind of like the Lady Bees couldn't get in gear early in the season. Then she goes in the starting lineup, and they took off like a rocket, and you see the energy she brings. And she goes 2 for 2 at the stripe, and Upperman's lead is all of a sudden 16 points, and Stone needs a bucket, and they need it now. driving in around Delenti and a poke from behind. Delenti caught the arm, so she'll be called for the personal. That's her first, team's first as well. Second, rather.
Yeah, and for Stone Memorial, that's what you got to do. You got to start being aggressive, going to the basket, trying to draw some of these fouls and get to the line. Down by this much, obviously, some threes would help that cause as well.
Inbound, nearly stolen. Howard goes up to grab, drives in. A lot of contact. It's a travel. Possession back the other way. Butler had legal guarding position in there, and Howard took an extra step.
Well, that and she was just out of control. You're never going to get a call if you're out of control going into and trying to create some contact.
Delenti for three. Good. Taylor Delenti with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three. Her first of the game. Upperman's lead is out to 19, and it's a timeout for Mike Buck, and he is not happy at all. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. Lady Bees on a big run. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
.432 to go in the third quarter. The Lady Bees lead is ballooned up to 19. They led by 8 at the end of the second quarter. They trailed by 2 at the end of the first, and it has been methodical, and now the threes have started to rain home for the home team.
Yeah, it was kind of a grind in that first half, and that's a credit to Stone Memorial. They were playing really, really well in that first quarter. Obviously, it's tough to do that for 4 quarters against this Upperman defense. Upperman can change around their defense a little bit. Stone got a little momentum going into halftime, and then it has been all Upperman ever since the break, knocking down threes from outside. And I tell you what, it's been Ava Mae Allen to start it out really here in this second half. Defensively, she's hit a 3. She's gotten to the line, hit some free throws. It's been a really, really good second half performance so far for the Lady Bees.
And they're in their most lethal defensive combo. It's the full court press and the 2-3 zone. And it's presented a lot of problems for a Stone team that scored 18 in the first quarter and 12 since. Hedrick bobbles but possesses. Back to Howard. Swiped by Allen. Now a foot race. Howard wins it. Now she has a little number. Howard kicks out to Wittenberg. They need it. They get it. Ashley Wittenberg with a big triple for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a really big shot for Stone Memorial. Again, down by 16. You need that and then some here in these last 12 minutes of the ball game.
Allen with it, running the point. Gives to South. Now Butler. Gracie Butler was the spark plug in the first half. Back to Delenti. Taylor Delenti, see if she locked in after raining that triple home. Maggie Butler with it. Delenti on the doorstep of something new to display at the house. Allen sends left side to Butler. Now Maggie with it. Maggie wide open. Is this the one? It is. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown, American Way Real Estate 3. Mike Buck has left her open. First time she's made them pay tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that finally undoes it for Stone Memorial, because you said it. It's been Courtney Hedrick kind of leaning off, staying in the paint off of Maggie Butler, and that just really opens up the offense.
Wittenberg with another 3. This one won't go. Gracie Butler able to bring it ahead. Finds Maggie in the front court off the glass. No. Rebound tipped around. Still loose. South has it. Kicks to Delenti. Taylor Delenti's got 1,000 career points. A triple for Taylor Delenti. How fitting for that. She actually has 1,002 career points now, and she's going to get a new ball, as she has scored a ton the past couple of years. And now the junior, Taylor Delenti, has 1,000 career points.
Yeah, and you think about it for the career of Taylor Delenti, who played freshman year but didn't score a lot of points freshman year. A lot of these points have been these last 2 seasons, and even more so here this season. One of the best scorers in the area this year, and a really cool honor here. And they called the timeout. They give her the ball, and it helps when you're up by 22 points as well to enjoy it a little bit more.
And a really good young lady in Taylor Delenti. We, of course, do a lot of Upperman games, my wife and I. She comes from a great family, and I know they're really proud right now. 1,000 points. We got a lot of really good scores in the Upper Cumberland. Now Taylor Delenti, a part of the club of 1,000 career points, and she has the opportunity to get a lot more. Back to the game. that one probably just broke it open. A 22-point Lady B lead.
Yeah, and what a way to do it as well for your 1,000 to hit a three-pointer to go up by 22 points on a good Stone Memorial team. There's still a good amount of time left in this game, but it does seem like Upperman is starting to just break this one open. I mean, this is a team in Upperman on Saturday. They scored 30 points in the fourth quarter against Creekwood, in a game that they only scored 57 in. They outscored themselves in the fourth quarter.
They already got 20 in this quarter, and we still have 3 minutes to go with it. Stone trying to get back into rhythm. 3-ball on the other end. That one won't go. Long rebound, though. Wittenberg has it. Now Maggie Butler able to win it. Here come the Lady Bees. Cora Bass pushing it ahead. Bass, coast to coast. Finger roll, too strong. No. Both teams have struggled with some of those looks tonight.
Sometimes when you're that wide open, it almost feels like there should be something or some contact next to you.
Nice feed from Howard over the shoulder. Finds May. She has 8 points today. Ella Jane May, a name to remember, as Cora Bass brings it up in a 20-point game. Gracie Butler drives inside. Gracie Butler, no. Rebound tipped down. Stone with it. Still time, but Stone needs a run. They got to get back to within 12, 13 points in short order. 3-ball up on the other end. No good. Maggie Butler with another rebound.
They're doing the right things. They're getting open looks from outside. Just haven't been able to hit them.
It was a good closeout on that one by Gracie Butler. And now she'll have it in the half court. Finds Maggie again open. Maggie again hits it. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. And that's something her coach has talked about. Maggie Butler can really shoot it in middle school. A lot of people said she was even a better shooter than Gracie Butler was, as unfortunately now Brooklyn Lane's a bit hobbled, being stretched out. That's the tall tale sign of a cramp. Trying to stretch out that leg. The Charlie horse is on.
You know what's really, really scary? Upperman has scored 58 points. They don't normally average 58 points.
Yeah.
And there's 138 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, here's what I'm at. It feels like Stone's played pretty well tonight, Jacob.
Yeah.
And they're down 23
Yeah, this is
points.
not – we talked about it on the coaches' show last night. Upperman has played 3 teams in their last 3 games that are not bad teams.
No,
and they have completely blown them out.
And you look at that in-state winning streak, and outside of the one in the middle, it's all double digits by a lot. 17-plus point victories. As a foul will be called against the Lady Bees here in the half court. That one goes on Maggie Butler. And we get a lot of, for the UC top 5. This is the top-ranked team in the Upper Cumberland for a reason. They're showing it off right now.
Well, offensively, they're so hard to guard this year. And that's the one thing they were missing last year. They were solid offensively. This year, they can shoot it from outside.
Offensively.
You've got Maggie Butler who can go inside. You've got Ella Harrell who comes off the bench and really brings a lot inside this year. Defensively, we know what they are defensively. And offensively, they've just added another element to this team that already made the state championship game a year ago.
Pass into Wittenberg. Wittenberg, nice move to the mid-range. Can't find it. The putback for May off the glass. No. Allen has the rebound. Sends it ahead to Bass. 60 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bass driving inside. Now back out to South. Over to Allen. Now Maggie Butler for her third of the quarter. Banked it. No. Long rebound. Hedrick runs it down. Now she fires ahead to Wittenberg. That pass tipped up into the air a couple of times. And Maggie Butler couldn't quite catch it. So it stays with Stone as Ella Harrell will check back in. Don't forget, we will have the Legacy House postgame show with the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. And then a brief intermission in the boys' game. The Bees and the Panthers, top 2 preseason. Top 2 in the UC top 5. Going to battle it out in the district opener. It's going to be must-see television. Hedrick starts to drive. Now she sends back for Smith. Now May. May picks up her dribble. That one's tipped by South. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Quarter been totally dominated by the home team. And they're in the 2-3. Cassie Crouch also into the game, the freshman guard. Overpass left side. Now they flip it back the other way to Wittenberg. That's a set play. Gets the look, but it won't fall. And Ava Mae Allen has another board. She'll push it ahead with 10 seconds to South. Feeds it over to Crouch. Crouch, 7 seconds. Back to Allen. 5 seconds. Allen kicks to Crouch. She'll trigger the 3. In and out, no. And that brings us to the end of a strong third quarter for the home team. After 3, it's Upperman 58, Stone Memorial 35. This is the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
One quarter to go here in Baxter. First half of our doubleheader, and Upperman's opened up a 23-point lead over Stone Memorial. The big three for the Lady Bees getting it done. Gracie Butler with 16, Sadie South with 13, and Taylor Delenti gets her 1,000th point. She's got 9 points tonight. Ava Mae Allen had a really good third quarter. She gives off to Gracie Butler. Butler going to drive inside. Gracie Butler is fouled, and she will return to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. See who this one goes against. That goes on Ella Jane May. It is her fourth, team's first, and we got a score update on the EJ's Barn scoreboard, Jacob.
Yeah, Pickett County is 7 seconds away, it looks like, from beating Clay County. They're up 73-47. Nope, that's a final score now, 73-47. Pickett County takes down their rival in Clay County in 7 single A. And White County leading DeKalb County with about 6 minutes to play, 61-20. Another 7 AAA game.
If anybody has an update on Cumberland County Livingston, we will take it. If not, we'll wait on Coach T to update. Gracie Butler, 2 for 2 at the stripe. It's the first points of the second half. Had 16 in the first. And Upperman's lead is up to 25. Lily Hinch in the half court picks up her dribble. Gets trapped a little bit, gets out. Now Howard. Howard, that one poked, and a foul will be called on Ava Mae Allen. That's her second, team's first.
That's what's been really impressive about the game today. It's been so complete. And we're saying that with 7.5 to play in the contest. Yep. You don't normally say that in 7 AAA. Usually there's a lot of basketball to be played, but the way they've played and the way their defense is, 25 points is really, really hard to come back from.
Foul inside on Harrell for a little push into the back of Hedrick, who got that position. And we'll see. Tuesday night set, if it stays the same, Livingston comes here to Baxter. We see what White County's doing tonight. Those are the top 2 teams preseason, White County and Upperman. We have them as the top 2 teams in the district right now in our rankings. We'll see if those two separate or if everybody else can keep it as tight as we generally expect it to be in this district, as Hedrick gets a little tic-tac-toe pass and finishes the 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a heck of a start to the district slate that we have. Obviously, Upperman gets Livingston coming up on Tuesday. Stone Memorial gets White County. It's going to be a lot of fun all the way. It always is when we get into district play with the districts that we have. And obviously, we get to see all the 7 AAA teams throughout the season.
Allen has it right side. She hit a 3 in the third quarter. Doesn't want it that time. Has it again.
Well, and I'm sure it's something that you don't want her to fall in love with, because you do have Taylor Delenti, you do have Sadie South. Those are the players you want to get the ball to shooting the basketball.
Gracie Butler's feeling it tonight, but the shot won't fall that time. Tipped out of play. Stays with the Lady Bees. Howard thought it was going the other way. And we'll see if they discuss this, because I think it should go that way, and they will change it. Nope. Well, nope.
They will not change
They will not. It's going to stay with Upperman. So the official on the baseline said, I got a clear view. He's certainly closer than we are. I don't know. Harrell inside. Power dribble and a left-hand finish for Ella Harrell.
Yeah, just nothing you can do about it. You have to front her. You cannot let her get the basketball that deep inside. And she's able to get another nice finish. A career-high 12 points in her last game, having another really nice game tonight.
And she's shooting a blistering percentage from the field because she's getting those high percentage looks inside. 3 no good. Rebound down to Delenti. You know, for how different it did feel in here, and what a great first quarters. Allen going to line up another triple. No. Pretty good look. Rebound down the other way.
Is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she starts shooting it maybe a little bit more.
Well, they It was clear part of the game plan for Coach Buck was to not close out on 41 or on Maggie Butler, and both of them have hit threes in this game as Howard pulls up in the mid-range, no rebound, tipped, stays with Stone. Now Wittenberg lines up the triple, and she hit it. Ashley Wittenberg can really shoot. As I was saying, it felt different in the gym, but this is the same script we've seen for the last month and a half for the home team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they fell in the 2 games against 2 top teams really in the country. I mean, a top team out of Alabama, a top team out of Arkansas. It throws you into that conversation for being a top team in the country. And,
well, you've lost to a team out of Alabama, 2-time defending 2A state champions in Alabama, with what seems to be the bar none best player in the state on their team who's going to Alabama as Harrell inside finishes. And then you turn around and lose to a team who has 3 Division I signees and a freshman who has 22 Power 4 offers.
It's crazy.
And they were up on that team in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were. They led a good amount of that ball game.
They did. The game before, they didn't play well. That game they did as Wittenberg triggers the 3. No. Rebound down. Delente with another one. And Taylor Delente, if she gets one more point, will be on double-double watch. Ahead to Allen. Allen wiggles back. Hands off for Gracie Butler. Starts to drive, flips it over the top to Harrell, and Ella Harrell's feasting. No good, got her own rebound and puts it back in for 2 more. It's 11 points for Ella Harrell. She's a 2 away from passing her career high.
Going to do career high in back-to-back games.
Quickly ahead, Stone breaks the press. The shot won't go for Howard. Kick out pass, now May starts to drive. She'll send it to Hinch. Hinch with a baseline drive, poked from behind by Delente. Grabbed by Lane, shot won't go, rebound fought for. There's the tie-up and the jump. The arrow belongs to Stone. Maggie Butler and Cora Bash checking in for the Lady Bees. Stone fans wanted a foul. Didn't see anything in that one to warrant one.
No.
And this place is freaking packed. 4:04 to go in the fourth quarter, ahead of the most highly anticipated game of the regular season so far in the entire Upper Cumberland.
Yeah, we'll get it a day early as well, which is fun for us.
It is. It's a treat.
I don't know if the coaches would say the same.
And Ella Harrell gets a well-earned round of applause from the home fans. Upperman's lead back out to 26. Lane inside gives to Wittenberg, and that'll be a foul for Delente on a block. Didn't have that position. Her second, team's third. Pass inside, turnaround jumper up and good. Wittenberg's having a really nice game. Ashley Wittenberg has 13 points so far. Cora Bass with it, gives back to Taylor Delente. Now Gracie Butler with it. Stick around postgame. We'll have the EJ's Barn scoreboard, go through all the scoring, and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, then turn our attention to the boys' game. Again, Gracie Butler, just like she did in the first half, drives and finishes. A 26-point game.
I mean, I really don't know as a coach, because you always try to stop their best offensive threat. Well, they've got 2 or 3 different things that they can do.
Delente drives in, and she will finish. Taylor Delente into double figures with 11.
I mean, you've got 2 sharpshooters in South and Delente. You've got Gracie Butler who can get to the basket. You've got Maggie Butler who can spread you out. She can do the job inside and a good rebounder. And then you bring in Ella Harrell, who has been dominant in the paint tonight.
And Mike Buck's going to clear the bench. There's the white flag. Dana McWilliams starting to do the same. Nash and crouching to the table. Wholesale substitutions in for Stone. Remember, this is a Stone team, despite the record. Lost by 7 to Cookville to open the season. They've been very close with some really good teams, and it is a 28-point game with 3:05 to go tonight.
I mean, it has been a dominant performance. It has been a full performance for this Upperman team from the get-go. And a Stone team that played really, really well in that first quarter. They led after the first quarter in this ballgame.
Scored 18 in the first quarter, 24 total since then. Butler drives in. This is Maggie Butler, and she is fouled. This one will go on Izzy Rector. And 2 free throws coming for Maggie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. T.T. Carson into the game, either for South or Maggie Butler after this free throw. I'm going to be honest. I did not think the benches were going to empty in this game tonight.
Me neither.
As the first free throw is good for Maggie. She has 7 points tonight. And it's a busy stat sheet for the Lady Bees.
Well, we just talked about a year ago. All 3 games were very close. They were all played in the 40s and the 30s as well. And they've got 71 tonight, that being Upperman. That just doesn't happen normally on offense.
And that's travel. Possession the other way. Abby Stone to the table. She's checking in for Maggie Butler, and it's all reserves for both teams now. Cassie Crouch going to bring it across the timeline. Drives up, picks up her dribble, sends to Nash. That one tipped, stolen away by the Lady Panthers. Opportunity for them with 2:20 to play. And this is all about putting good tape out there for these players. 3 ball on the way. That one a little bit short. No. Rebound. Ricochets around. It's still loose on the floor. We'll have a tie-up. The arrow belongs to Upperman.
For Upperman coming up, obviously, you get this win to start off district play, and then you welcome in your rival coming up next week in Livingston Academy, which, I mean, this place is raucous already. It's going to be that same way coming up on Tuesday if they played on Tuesday.
Talk about big
next
seasons.
week.
How about the season Ellie Butler's having
Yeah.
in Livingston? Nash off a screen. 4-3. No. A rebound long. Out of play. They'll go to Stone with 1:50 to play. And Stone's going to have to put in the rearview mirror. It does not get any easier on Tuesday with the Warriorettes.
Now, White County team that's picking up a win against DeKalb County already tonight.
And last year, remember, Stone beat Sparta in Sparta. And it was a close matchup all 3 times that they faced each other. We'll see if that holds serve. It was a close matchup all 3 times last year. They beat Upperman last year in their last meeting. This one's very different. And we've talked about it on the basketball show. And it's bared out tonight. You've got the proof in the pudding. This team's better than they were a year ago. Now,
100%.
will they win the state championship? I don't know. But they are better than they were a year ago when they were 1 possession short. Ahead is Johnson. Now, Sparta very well may be better than they were a year ago. Dyersburg appears to be better than they were a year ago.
Heritage, same way.
So I'm not making any declarative statements, but it's clear.
3A as a whole is a lot better than it was
a
year
little bit
ago.
down last year as a classification. That is not the case this year. These teams are legit, as Stone will pick up a personal.
Yeah, I think all those teams that you named pretty much returned 90% of their rosters, so it is...
and a team like Upperman, they get some newbies in
yeah.
who are big boost, like a Maggie Butler.
Yep.
Inbounds pass stolen away by Stone. Sends it ahead to Bella 5, but it's swiped from her by the Lady Panthers. Stone with it, 45 seconds to go in regulation. That one tipped out of play by Carson. It'll stay on that end. Kunkel will bring it in, right next to her sideline. There are more people in here right now than most college games. In the baseline it goes. And it's real quiet in here right now. It's not going to be quiet in about 20 minutes of real time.
Well, the band is also standing up next to us, so it'll be real loud whenever
that is true. It will be very
going.
loud. Trip to the line coming here for Stone Memorial. Get a couple of attempts with 28 seconds to play. First one, no good. Can't get a good look at the number there. I believe that's Abby Hazelton. Oh for 2 at the stripe. Stone tips the rebound, gets it back. Now Carson drives ahead. That one, errant pass out of play. It'll go back to Stone with 19 seconds on the clock. Baseline drive, runner thrown up, no. Rebound for Stone, tipped around, has it back. And that'll do it. Sierra Nash can dribble it out. A dominant effort tonight by the Upperman Lady Bees. Final score, Upperman 71, Stone Memorial 42. We welcome you into the Legacy House postgame show as we tally up the scoring. We'll have it for you. Jacob Vincent tonight, all Lady Bees after the first quarter.
Yeah, 71-42 victory, and you said it. After the first quarter, it was just complete domination by this Upperman team. They had to change defenses a couple of times, and even Stone Memorial right before half, able to cut it to 6 points right before the halftime break. At a halftime, you give Coach McWilliams a little bit of time with that clipboard, deciding what they want to do. really opened up the offensive side of the ball. It was Ava May Allen, the catalyst to start the second half, is starting on that defensive side of the ball. She comes down, she hits a three, she creates a turnover, swings it around, Sadie South hits a three, and then she gets to the bucket after another turnover and hits a couple of free throws. Was a great performance in the second half. Taylor Delenti gets to 1,000 points in her career. A complete performance for this Lady Bees squad in the win tonight.
Let's look at the scoreboard on the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. For Stone Memorial, 13 points for Ashley Wittenberg tonight, 8 for Ella J. May, 7 for Addison Howard, 4 for Courtney Hedrick, 2 apiece for Emma Smith and Caitlin Smith, and 1 for Lily Hench, for a team total of 42. For the Upperman Lady Bees tonight, it was Gracie Butler with 20 points, 13 for Sadie South, 11 for Taylor Delenti, 11 for Ella Harrell, 7 for Maggie Butler, 5 for Ava May Allen, 3 for Cora Bass, and a 1 for Auburn Johnson, for a team total of 71. Time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jacob Vincent, who's it going to?
I'm going to go with Taylor Delenti for getting to the 1,000 points tonight. I mean, you could go with a multitude of players.
Gracie Butler,
obviously up there as well. But getting to 1,000 points is really, really special and a really big win tonight. But absolutely a nod to Gracie Butler. She was what got them ahead in the first half. And then just pure dominance from everybody else in the second half.
Taylor Delenti, 1,000-point scores. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. The Lady Bees improved to 17-3 on the season with the win. Stone Memorial falls to 6-10. Next up for Stone Memorial is a date with White County on Tuesday night. For the Lady Bees, they will welcome in Livingston Academy. We will have broadcast coverage of it on Tuesday night right here in the Hive. Well, the energy just changed immediately. And that's because the boys took the floor. We'll have a 10-minute intermission and come back and preview all the action as the top 2 teams in the Upper Cumberland face off for the first time this season. Final score in the girls' game, Upperman 71, Stone Memorial 42. welcome back. It's time for another Couch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show as we are moments away from tip-off in the boys' game. It is the most highly anticipated regular season game of the year so far until they meet again. The number 1 ranked in the Upper Cumberland Upperman Bees against the number 2 ranked Stone Memorial Panthers. I'm Noah McKay on the call, joined by Jacob Vinson, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us once again. And Jacob, last year was the same situation. The entire year came down to the 3 meetings. They were awesome games. 2 of them decided at or near the buzzer. And this year feels like the ceiling for these 2 teams is even higher than it was a year ago. The gym is packed. We have the 2 Mr. Basketball candidates in this state on their respective teams. This is all you could want in an early January matchup in high school basketball.
Absolutely. We had January 10th circled on the schedule. Well, we get it 24 hours earlier because of Snowmageddon coming in tomorrow, and we couldn't be happier about it. Ty Cobb has been tremendous this year. Kate Capps has been tremendous this year. Kate Capps was a Mr. Basketball finalist a year ago. Should have won it. Ty Cobb will be a Mr. Basketball finalist this year, and it should be between them, and good luck deciding between them. Fortunately, we don't have to make that decision. But Kate Capps has been really good this year. 31 points per game, over 8 rebounds a contest as well. And he's got a really good supporting player next to him in Jack Cordell, transferred in from Clark Range a year ago. He's averaging 13 points on 66% shooting. A lot of his points are coming inside the three-point line. And Stone Memorial it's a team that we didn't know a lot about coming into this season because of how much they lost a year ago. 7 seniors they lose from last year's team, and a really good basketball team. And who said, you know what, we know they got Kate Capps. Jack Cordell's coming in. We don't know a whole lot outside of them. Well, they've got a really good basketball team. Briggs Lowe has been really solid this year. Kane Basenko has been very good. And Caden Page has been really good when he comes off the bench as well. But now you got to get it done against an Upperman team that made the Final Four a year ago in the state tournament. An Upperman team that has played 3 games over the last 9 days. Stone Memorial has not played over the last 9 days. Does that become a factor early on here in this first quarter?
We're going to find out. This place is going to be a madhouse. I'm here, Jacob's here, Goose is here. If we're
it's a big game.
We're all 3 in the same building, you know it's a big-time atmosphere and a big-time ball game. We'll have all the action for you, including the tee-up starting lineups. So when we come back, it's Upperman, it's Stone Memorial, and it's next on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Basketball on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
It is a big fight feel, and the Hive is alive. The top two teams in the Upper Cumberland set to do battle for the first time this season. The Stone Memorial Panthers and the Upperman Bees. Let's get to the Tee-Up starting lineups. Tee-Up is your state-of-the-art hometown indoor golfing experience. Starting for the Stone Memorial Panthers under head coach Neil Capps with a record of 12 victories and 4 losses. Number 3, Caden Page. Number 12, Jack Cordell. Number 14, Cade Capps, the back-to-back reigning Upper Cumberland Player of the Year. Number 15, Ken Bisenko. Number 23, Briggs Lowe. Starting for the Upperman Bees, under head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 13 victories and 2 losses. The reigning Upper Cumberland Freshman of the Year. Number 0, Ty Cobb. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 4, Evan Huddleston. Number 23, Bronsden Chapin. And number 24, Colton Johnson. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vinson. Madison McKay producing things. The student section is full. The band is here. The people are here. It is standing room only. Alongside the baseline to our left, Upperman, the home team. The white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back with black letters and trim. Stone Memorial, the road team, in the black jerseys, black shorts, gold numbers and letters on the front and the back. These two teams, we know, are meeting twice. We're pretty confident we'll meet 3 times. Pretty sure they can meet 4 times. And yeah, they could even potentially meet 5. This is meeting number 1, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Lowe versus Chaffin in the circle. Let's get it on in Baxter as Upperman possesses the opening tip.
Man, what a matchup we have. Cobb against Capps, and then the supporting cast. Who steps up in this contest? Last 2 matchups been decided at the buzzer.
Inside Chaffin, turnaround foul. How this game is officiated is going to matter. Stone wants to ugly it up a little bit. Use their length, make it difficult inside. As that foul is called on Caden Page. It's his first. And I went back and watched last year's game in the region semifinals. Upperman won it. Ty Cobb hit a crazy 3 with 4 seconds to go. 5-second violation, then 2 free throws for the young man at the line, Bronsden Chaffin, who makes the first. And what struck me wasn't Cobb and Capps. It was names like Brady Lane, who's no longer here. A name like Braden Roberts, who is no longer here. Who are those players going to be in this year's set of matchups between these two teams? We're going to find out as Chaffin splits and Capps has his first rebound.
Well, Chaffin didn't play Tuesday night against Franklin County, so his first game back into the lineup as well for Upperman in a game that they won fairly easily on the road at Franklin County. See if it affects him at all, though.
And Jack Cordell will be guarded by Chaffin. He got inside, shot, no, got his own rebound. The putback is good for the Clark Range transfer, Jack Cordell.
Yeah, he's been a welcome sight into the lineup for this Stone Memorial team against 66%. A lot of his shots come right there in the paint.
Ty Cobb with it in the half court. A 2-1 Stone lead. Evan Huddleston with the basketball. He guarded Cade Capps most of last year in the matchups. We'll see if that continues in the man-to-man. Chaffin splits the defense inside. Power dribbles. Muscles up. No good. And a foul will be called against Stone Memorial. It's a foul. Didn't have that position. And Basenko picks up his first. And a trip for 2 here for Bronsden Chaffin at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And already Chaffin senses 25 is not in the lane. He's going to try and play a little bully ball.
Yeah, and for Stone Memorial, they may have maybe a little bit more height, but physicality-wise, I think goes to Upperman with Chaffin and Colton Johnson inside. Obviously, they match up pretty well with that height as well, but you've got Briggs Lowe, you've got Kane Basenko, obviously Cade Capps, who all have a good amount of height on this team for Stone Memorial.
And let's just call a spade, as the next one is good for Chaffin. These are two fan bases that don't like each other at all. You see it in our comment section.
We've seen it in football. You see it in basketball.
You see it in the building here. There's a lot of history as Capps lines up the deep triple. No. Rebound fought for. We got a tie up inside between Johnson and Basenko. And Colton Johnson will pick up his first team foul against the Bees.
Yeah, it just got wrapped around Basenko's arm as he tried to go up for the rebound there. Didn't get the good box out, so he's going to pick up his first foul.
It's the kind of matchup where sometimes you have to remind the adults to be the adults as it gets so rowdy. Inside shot, no. Johnson with the rebound. And Upperman with the basketball in a tied-up game at 2. No points for either superstar so far. One of them has it here. There's Cobb. Accelerates in. Finds Chaffin. Chaffin, baseline drive, blocked. Got it back. Steps through and a foul. Third foul against Stone. And this is going to be the second foul on Kane Basenko. 2 personals, 3 team fouls, and it already sends a sub to the table here as Hunter Haney checks in. And you'll notice with Stone, something Bobby McWilliams talked about in the girls' game, the length. Everybody has long arms for the Panthers.
Well, they go pretty deep into their bench as well. They'll go about 4 deep into their bench all night long, as Upperman will.
And now we have a 3-second violation called. I believe Chaffin was floating at the top of it. Same officials watching for both of them. He called a 3-second in the girls' game. He called a 3-second in the boys' game.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it if you're going to stay consistent.
100%. Here's Caps. 90 seconds in, 2-2. These 2 teams know each other. Make no mistake. It might be the first meeting. They know everything about each other. Caps is guarded by Evan Huddleston. Turnaround shot in the mid-range as the double arrives. No good. And Upperman wants to make life difficult on Caps. Here's Cobb with a head of steam. Ty Cobb steps through. Ty Cobb, good for 2.
Just stepping through the defense, able to evade Caps at the rim as well. And a nice finish for Cobb for his first bucket.
And last year, Caps was able to kind of withstand Cobb and keep it at bay as he held on to that back-to-back Upper Cumberland Player of the Year award. This year, it's up for grabs, and games like this are going to go a long way towards deciding it as they kick off pass. 3-ball up and good. Caden Page splashes home the Stone Memorial triple.
Yeah, that's really big for Stone Memorial. You talked about it. That supporting cast. Who steps up and makes a couple of big plays?
Johnson inside, up and under, too far underneath the basket. Should have just dribbled. Instead, Caps with an opportunity. He's weaving through traffic. Nice overpass to Cordell. Cordell floats back. What a feed to Page. Triggers the 3. No. Johnson with a rebound. Ahead to Chaffin. Numbers for the Bees if they hurry. Chaffin loading up, and he will finish it with a finger roll.
Just didn't quite have the timing there as well. And again, he didn't play in the last game, so you wonder if that maybe plays a little bit of a factor there.
Upperman out in front 6-5. We saw them go into Globetrotter mode on Saturday against Lenore City. There were some ridiculous dunks, one of which, dunk of the year on the alley-oop from Cobb to Chaffin. Here's Caps and Huddleston. Those are fouls Upperman can't afford to take tonight. That's a little cheap one, just reaching around the back.
That's one he's trying to tip the basketball from behind. Those are so hard to get to and not get a foul called on, and he got a good amount of body on it as well.
He certainly did. Landon Hall got to the table too late. This one official, you better get there early. He's not letting you in.
You got to sprint
literally
to the table.
Caps with it. He's guarded by Branson. Turnbow spins away to the right side. Caps trying to back him down. Turnaround jumper. That's his shot. Won't fall this time. Offensive rebound, though. There's Jack Cordell. The putback is good for Jack Cordell.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's not a true post player, but, man, he can score inside. He's kind of that slasher for this Stone team, and he can rebound the basketball.
Cobb going to line up the deep triple. Nowhere close, and he'll get the jeers from the Stone fans. 4:30 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-6. There's 2 players in the gym who are allowed to shoot that shot. Cobb and Caps.
It's 2 players you don't want to cheer against either because it's going to get them going.
Turnbow picking up Caps 94 feet. Face guarding him. Fire it off a screen. Little step through for Lowe. He's picked up by Cobb. Caps with it. Now there's the matchup. Caps and Cobb. Cordell tries to drive around Hall. He'll drive inside. Left-hand leg good. Jack Cordell with a big start for Stone Memorial.
Well, listen, every time Kate Caps touches the ball, 2 defenders are coming to him, so they're throwing off, and they're just giving to Jack Cordell right now. He's got the hot hand, and he can finish inside. Nobody's been able to slow him down.
Caden Page is guarding Cobb in the half court as Torrance picks up his dribble, finds Johnson. Back to Torrance. Torrance can really shoot the 3 ball, picks up his dribble into Hall. Hall, backdoor cut to Johnson when he finishes the 2.
Yeah, Caps was on Johnson there, just kind of had his head turned. He got behind him on the baseline.
And a travel as Page started to walk before he put the dribble down. Usually they don't call it, but it is a travel, and it goes back to the Bees. Huddleston back in for Torrance. The chess match is on. 9-8 the score. Cobb's going to inbound, finds Johnson. Trying to post up inside a hold. Never mind. They call Cobb for it. They'll say he had it. He's confused. It'll be his first, team's third. Say he was trying to clear it out, and Coach McWilliams is not happy about that one. I will say, just in general, the same official has blown the whistle every time it's been blown so far in this game.
Yeah.
Just 6 fouls, both teams. Every one has been called by the same official. And the travel. Caps inside of the baseline. Fade away for Cade Caps. Won't go. Rebound, ricochets. He has it back. Is that the one? No, another miss. Slow start for Cade. Ahead to Ty Cobb. Now Cobb barrels in, and we'll have a foul called on the floor against Stone. Same official.
There wasn't even a whole lot on that
I
one. I
agree.
mean, there was a little bit of body, but
this one goes on Caden
again,
Page. It's his second.
Again, he's just anticipating that there's going to be a lot of contact just because it's a breakaway, and there just wasn't a whole lot.
You hope, this is not from our association, you hope they recognize the magnitude of this game, and nobody wants these kids to start fouling out.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Leave them, let them play.
Let them go.
As Hall has it inside. Hall, turn around, steps through. Landon Hall with a tough finish.
Yeah, that's a really nice finish inside past Haney, who's got a little bit of size on him.
Cordell in the half court, guarded by Cobb. Back to a 1-point Upperman lead. Cordell, turnaround shot, rising up, good. Jack Cordell fielded 8 in the first quarter for Cordell.
He's been kind of the equalizer right now against this Upperman offense who's been able to score. And again, you look on the sideline, Bronson Chaffin out. He's getting that right foot worked on right now.
Hall with it. We'll keep an eye on it. Put a lot of pressure on Colton Johnson. He fires a pass to an open Evan Huddleston. Puts it on the deck. Now back to Cobb. Cobb powers through, puts it up. No. And a charge, and it's the second on Ty Cobb. The second personal on Cobb. Posting up, and Bobby McWilliams wants timeout to talk about things, and Ty Cobb's going to be forced to the bench with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. Sends the Stone fans into a frenzy. 30-second, never mind, full timeout on the floor, so we'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
3-0 unless it has an update.
One-point game. Stone with the lead on the road. 2:27 to go in the first, but the fouls are going to be a problem for both teams, Jacob. 2 fouls on Ty Cobb, 2 fouls on Caden Page, 2 on Kane Basenko. It has been a quick whistle in this ball game, and between the two top teams in the Upper Cumberland, officials from outside the Upper Cumberland are making their presence felt.
Well, and you look at the lineup now for Upperman, no Ty Cobb, no Bronston Chaffin, as Chaffin is still getting that right foot worked on. Ty Cobb out with 2 fouls, an opportunity here for Stone Memorial with some of their top offensive players on the floor.
And it has been Jack Cordell who has 8 points. Cade Capps hasn't scored, and they have a lead. Pass inside, tipped out of play. It'll stay with Stone. 2:08 to go in the first. It's 11-10. And now if you're Stone, you're thinking, we got to get a lead right now. With those 2 on the bench, you got to stretch it with a big advantage. As Chaffin's getting a lot of look on that right ankle. They're trying to tape it up, tighten up the braces. There's Cade Capps rising up. That's his patented 2 in the mid-range.
Yeah, it's almost unguardable, too. He's got the 6'5" frame, and then he's got the nice jumper to get up in the air and create some of the separation.
Huddleston back to Collier Bush. Now Huddleston. The depth of Upperman being tested early on in this contest as their top 2 players are both out of the game. Johnson hands off to Huddleston. Left side Bush. Now fires one for Huddleston. Huddleston steps through over his head and a foul. Briggs Lowe will pick up his first. This sends Upperman into the bonus, and a trip to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Evan Huddleston.
A physical game early on. Both teams kind of taking advantage of it, trying to get inside, and now earning some free throws is Evan Huddleston.
We'll have a score update on the EJ's Barn scoreboard after this free throw, which is good for Huddleston.
Man, Pickett County. 49-25 they lead Clay County right now. It's still in the first half.
Wow. The Bobcats, they are explosive when they're playing well. Huddleston goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Mention how curious we were about that game. Clay County has not faced a very tough schedule. Woo-hoo. Pickett County making the statement. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Back and forth we go. Turnbow, Garden Caps, and we have a foul, an offensive foul. This one goes on Jack Hennessy. That'll be his first, team 6th.
It's unfortunate.
It's going to annoy me.
Really
It's going to really tick me off. As Chaffin goes back to the bench.
There's no spots open. They got to move down.
Bush sends to Hall. Landon Hall, a name to watch in this game. Turnbow finds Johnson. Now Huddleston. Huddleston, the best offensive weapon on the floor right now for the Bees, with Chaffin and Cobb out of the game. Bush shows a shot, now off. Turnbow flashing inside. Hall has position, and he finishes with some nice touch.
That's a really good pass from Branson Turnbow as well. Hall doing a good job of just meeting it in the air, because that's about the only spot he would have been able to get a good shot up there.
They're going at it now, and they're letting them play all of a sudden. Cornell going to drive inside. Powers through, a foul.
Nope, travel.
Travel. Never mind. Cornell traveled before the contact, and possession back to the Bees. There was a foul inside, but it was after he had left his feet.
Yeah.
So if there was a travel, it was definitely first. 40 seconds left. All of a sudden, Upperman has a lead with Cobb and Chaffin on the bench. It is narrow, as we expect all leads to be for the most part in this series, not just in this game. Right side, Huddleston. Preseason, top 2 teams in the UC top 5. Now, top 2 teams in the UC top 5. It has not changed in 2 months. And you see it here. It is razor thin. Upperman holding for the final look. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Turnbow gives to Bush. Now Huddleston off his screen. He will trigger the triple. No. Long rebound. Caps has it with 1.4, and that will do it at the end of a back-and-forth first quarter. After one, it's Upperman 14, Stone Memorial 13. This is the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Welcome back. 14-13, Upperman with the lead. Ty Cobb back on the floor, playing with 2 fouls. Bronston Chaffin back on the floor. On the other side, Caden Page still on the bench. He has 2 fouls. Basenko still on the bench with 2 fouls. So you see the coaches taking their chances, but for Upperman, they know 0 has to be on the floor for them, as that pass tipped up by Hennessy. Cobb's also changed his assignment. He's now on Hennessy. As driving in is Bowman. Bowman fires back, now out to Caps. Just 2 points in the quarter for Cade Caps. Stone only trailing by 1. When that's the case, you can live with that. Little pass fake, and we have a foul call against Upperman. Guess who called it? Collier Bush picks up his first. We're going to get frustrated on the headset tonight because we've been so excited for this game, and we really want the 2 teams to decide this game and nothing else. Inbound comes in.
Let him go a little bit.
And let's play basketball. I mean, goodness. Hennessy has it. Works it right side, now back. Flips underneath for Lowe. Lowe to Caps. Cade with it. Sends over to Bowman. Now into the left corner. 7:17 to go in the second. Back to Lowe. Tries to turn around on Chaffin. Upperman fans wanted to travel. They don't get it. Bronston comes away with the board. Chaffin in the half court. Underhand flips for Bush. Bush over to Turnbow. Cobb off a screen. Flashing in. Cobb, backdoor. Bronston Chaffin goes up. No. Gets his own rebound in a sea of Panthers and gets fouled on the way back up.
Well, he didn't play for a lot of that first quarter as he was getting the ankle retaped. He comes back in, and obviously a very physical player. He's a force inside, and they haven't been able to find the answer for him inside. He hasn't been able to convert a lot of the free throws, though. We'll see if he's able to add on a couple.
Another player with 2 fouls. Jack Hennessy now has 2. As Chaffin makes the first. QB1 and Baxter has 5 points, and the Bees' lead is 2. Subs in for both teams. Jack Cordell got a quick breather. He paced him. 8 points in the first quarter. They needed all 8. Kept him afloat.
Check the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. 51-29, Pickett County leading at halftime against Clay County. Pickett County hit 10 threes in the first half.
They finally quashed their issue last year with Clay, and now
they got over the hump.
Totally flipping. They couldn't beat them for years. Caps with a nice backdoor cut, blocked out of play.
That's a heck of a job by Evan Huddleston. He got beat with the cut, able to get back, and the nice help defense as well from Cobb forces Caps to kind of lean to his left and allowing Huddleston the opportunity to block it away.
Now, off a screen. 3-ball on the way, no good. Rebound down to Jack Torrance. And Upperman doing everything they can to keep the ball out of Cade Cap's hands. It's largely working so far. Cobb has it, so Stone with Cobb. He has it left wing side. Goes away from the screen, finds Jack Torrance. He lines up the triple, no good. Back-to-back open misses on each end for each team. Here's Caps. See if he starts bringing it up a little bit more because of those ball denials.
Yeah, trying to get the ball in his hands. Obviously, he's going to be dealing with the best defender on the other side all night long. He's had Evan Huddleston and Branson Turnbow so far.
And Huddleston is face guarding him all over the floor. Hand off to Cordell. He gets free inside, way off the glass. No. Rebound down to Jack Torrance. Torrance into the half court, sends over to Cobb. Cobb flashing in. What a move for Landon Hall, who finishes the 2.
He's been really, really good so far here in the first half. And what, 6 points already for Landon Hall off the bench. Been really solid.
It was a great pass, too. Caps off the dribble for 3. No. Cobb with the rebound. Poked away from him, though, on the other end. Active hands, and now Landon Hall picks up the personal. And what a play that was by Briggs Lowe, because Cobb was thinking about skying up in transition, and instead it ends up being a foul.
Yeah, a really nice job by Briggs Lowe to poke it away. I didn't see who they got that foul on.
Foul went on Landon Hall, his first. Into the corner, Low for 3. No, long rebound. Chaffin skies up, has it, fires it to Cobb. Cobb, overpass to an open Evan Huddleston for 3. No, both teams have gone ice cold from long range early in this game. Feels like the first one to break it could break through. Bowman, wide open. They let him have it. No good. Long rebound. Cordell runs it down. Now Cordell drives in. Landon Hall disrupts it. No good. Rebound down. Bowman has it. Underhand flips to Caps for the easy lay.
I was just going to say, seems like Stone Memorial's played a really good game, and they're down by 2 points just because Upperman's been really solid offensively.
We have a block as Chaffin drives in, and they were still sliding in front was Briggs Lowe, and that is his second. So 4 Panthers have 2 each. And this is going to be 2 more at the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line for Bronston Chaffin.
What I love is the charge circle on a high school floor. What it means absolutely nothing.
The only thing it is on this floor, and they're going to say that was not a shooting foul.
Well, I mean, technically it was. He was still spinning in the process of spinning.
Okay. This is a fully regulation college size floor. We do not have the same size floor everywhere. We do have a few college size floors in the Upper Cumberland. So technically, you can play a college game in here.
Yeah.
As Torrance has it.
No shot.
Takes a dribble, triggers the 3. You'd have to implement a shot clock. Good point, which many people want to do. Caps has it. After the miss, Upperman, ice cold from the field, still lead by 2. Caps skies up in the mid-range, another miss. Rebound down, and now here's Ty Cobb with a ton of speed. Ty Cobb driving in, and that's going to be a foul on Bronston Chaffin. He was trying to clear out down the floor, and he was kind of slowly jogging, and the question is, what can you do before it's called a foul? And Bobby McWilliams is livid about the call.
Well, it didn't help because he kind of lowered his own shoulder into Chaffin, which then creates some of the contact with Stone Memorial as well.
I don't know if you can do it. This is where you need Jeremy Tollison.
Yeah.
He has the right to run down the floor.
It's a really tough spot.
I don't know. I really don't. As Bowman has it, sends over right side. Depends on which side of the gym you're sitting on. Caps drives in. Cade Caps, no again. Branson Turnbow's doing a job right now on Cade Caps. Now here's Cobb in the half court. Little hezzy and a foul. Phillips will be called for his first.
They're doing a really good job making him uncomfortable on the offensive side of the half. Exactly what Stone Memorial is trying to do to Ty Cobb on the other side, which they are doing a fairly good job of early on.
Torrance going to inbound here. They love to go into Chaffin in these spots, and another foul. Phillips picks up 2 back-to-back. He did collide with Ty Cobb. Now that's 4 team fouls against Stone. 3 so far against the Bees.
I mean, it has been physical. We'll give him that.
Yeah, we're giving it to the officials. This isn't an easy one to officiate either.
No.
Torrance into the land of the trees, tipped out by Phillips. It'll stay with the Bees. And again, Bronston Chaffin, he's out of the game. He's got that right ankle way taped up, a big brace on it. Trying to gut it out. Got subbed out after that last foul call. Now Cobb's going to inbound, and he floats it for Huddleston.
It's certainly a heavyweight fight. You see it in the scoreboard right now. Low-scoring affair, very physical ball game.
Outlet pass, extra feed from Turnbow to Torrance. Torrance in the mid-range, throws up the runner, and that's off. Another miss. Upperman can't buy one right now. 3 points in the quarter for them, just 2, though, for Stone Memorial. Caps, and they call a charge. And Jack Torrance got him an award for that one.
Yeah.
Cade Caps picks up his first personal.
Yeah, Jack Torrance did a tremendous job. And he really, it was mainly just because Cade Caps is bigger than Jack Torrance there, but Jack Torrance did a great job to sell it.
I'm a wrestling fan. Selling is an art form, and he did on that one. He flew his head back as Cobb sends over to Johnson. Now Huddleston to Cobb. Cobb trying to get it rolling from downtown. No. Phillips with the rebound. Bronston Chaffin is back in the game for the Bees. This thing is a dogfight. Now Cordell sends right side to Bowman. Bowman drives in, finds Cordell. Cordell barrels into the chest of Chaffin, and that is a travel. He went right into the chest of 6'4", 230, and got his feet a little bit off kilter.
Jack Cordell's got to be careful. He's been talking a lot in this game. And a lot of it has been towards the officials at times as well.
He does have to be careful in that regard. Chaffin with the basketball behind the arc. Right side Turnbow. Cobb off a screen. Bowman there defensively. Cordell helps. Now Turnbow. Overpass for Huddleston. Upperman slowing it down a little bit. Johnson inside. Colton Johnson is fouled on the way up. No doubt about that one. Hunter Haney going to pick up his first. Caught him on the arm. And Bronston Chaffin will go again to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
That's about the only reason Upperman's ahead right now. They've been able to get to the free throw line more than Stone Memorial has. Neither team has been able to find a rhythm offensively.
And my bad, it's Colton Johnson, 24, going to the line to shoot 2. And the first one is good for the big sophomore. Those two inside are a intimidating force of Chaffin and Johnson. A lot of multi-sport athletes out there. Caden Page isn't on the court right now. He's a great football player. Johnson and Chaffin, of course. Turnbow's on the floor as well. 1 for 2 at the line. It stays a 3-point game. And for Stone, you got to feel like at some point, Cade Caps is going to get it rolling. They just got to keep it within striking distance until it happens. But Upperman feels the same thing about their stud. And now they're guarding each other. Cobb picking up Caps. Kicks out to Cordell. 4-3. Good. Jack Cordell has 11 points in the first half.
Again, he's got to be careful. He said something to Bronston right in front of an official.
Now Johnson inside. Throws it up. No. Couldn't get the touch. Tied up game. Stone basketball. Here they go with a ton of speed. Spencer Bowman into the half court. Now spins it back for Caps. Collier Bush to the table for the Bees. Still haven't seen Caden Page since he picked up 2 quick ones. Cobb picking up Caps. Kick out pass. 3 ball for Bowman. Way off the mark. Johnson goes up for the rebound. Now ahead for Torrance. Johnson flips back to Torrance. Kicks over to Turnbow. Torrance in the corner now. Over the top for Chaffin. Defender there. Nice feed across for Johnson. Good and 1.
It's a really, really good job by Colton Johnson. Realizing the double goes to Bronston Chaffin. Cuts to the opposite block. And a nice feed by Bronston Chaffin as well. Upperman starting to find a little bit of rhythm offensively.
And that is the second on Hunter Haney. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Panthers with 2 fouls. Nobody has 3. Colton Johnson back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line where he's 1 for 2. Every free throw is big, and that one got the friendly roll for Colton Johnson. Checking in for the Panthers, another big. Trevor Sinnard, he's in for the first time. Inbound, Bowman has to go in and get it. Bush pressing. Bowman backing him down. Gets it across the timeline. They'll try to set up. Turnbow is just playing deny the basketball to Cade Caps. Caps finds a way to come get it. Caps backs him down. Turnaround shot. Good. What a finish for Cade Caps.
That's a really tough shot. He got a lot of physicality from Turnbow right before he rose up in the air.
You can't defend it any better than Branson Turnbow. That's just Cade Capps doing Cade Capps stuff. Ty Cobb's out of the game right now. Collier Bush running the point. Turnbow, left side Johnson. Hands off for Hall. Hall steps up, now right side Bush. Bush, back to Turnbow. Can this 5 get offense for Upperman is the question. Anytime 14 or 0 on the floor for their teams, you know you could get offense. Changes a little bit now. Hall inside. Lowers the shoulder. It's a charge. Lower the shoulder right into the chest, and it's the second on Landon Hall, and it'll go the other way. It's the right call.
Yep, can't lower the shoulder, can't extend the arm. You can't essentially root out space as you lower the shoulder. And that's what they get the call on.
Evan Huddleston is checking in for Landon Hall. 60 seconds to go in the second quarter. What a game it has been so far. Bowman couldn't get that pass. It was off the mark. It went to Bush. Now Chaffin running the floor. Steps through. Poked away from him by Phillips. Great active hands. Now Capps trying to push the tempo for Stone. Cade Capps drives in, and we'll have a foul called on the floor for a hold on Branson Turnbow.
The Upperman fans don't like it, but Branson Turnbow is hugging Cade Capps as he's coming to the basket.
Yep.
He's done it a couple of times now. He got away with it the first time, and now Capps, who gets to the free throw line a ton, goes there for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and he has taken just a slight step back at the free throw line, and that is very slight. But he's down to 78. He was in the 90s his last 2 seasons, as the first free throw is good for Capps.
Yeah, he only missed something like 15 free throws a year
he
ago
struggled
all season.
And they played in this gym against Loretto, and he really struggled at the line, a game they dropped. He makes the first, and we're tied.
It's a really, really good Loretto team.
It is a really good Loretto team.
Really good Loretto team.
Second one, no good. Another miss, and we remain tied. It is 78's a good free throw percentage, but it's not what Cade Capps expects to be. As Bush has it, sends right side to Chaffin. 35 seconds. See if Upperman holds. Content. They're tied up. Been a weird half for both teams, quite frankly. You try to guarantee you go into the break tied up and maybe with a slim lead. Stick around there in the Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Dana McWilliams. Lady Bees rolled in convincing fashion earlier on tonight. We'll ask her about it. Ten seconds. Cobb going to go to work. A 7, 1-on-1, 5, Ty to the free throw line. Skies up, and what a finish. Ty Cobb, just his second field goal of the half. That one goes through, and it's a 2-point Upperman lead as we head to the break. We'll be joined by Dana McWilliams when we come back. It's 23-21 Bees. This is the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman with a 23-21 lead over Stone Memorial. Trying to sweep the doubleheader are the Bees, because the Lady Bees got it done. 71-42 earlier on tonight. An impressive district opening victory for the head coach of the Lady Bees, Dana McWilliams. Coach, thanks as always for taking a few minutes. Anytime you can win in this district, especially with that much, I know it's a good performance, but overall, how do you assess how the girls played today?
I thought we played really well. I thought it was really balanced. offensively tonight. Had 71 points. We got it from a lot of different places. Thought, early on, I didn't think we were maybe as good as we wanted to be on the defensive end early, but I think the last 3 quarters we kind of got focused on that a little more. I think that's probably a little bit of nerves being the first district game and, big crowd here tonight and just a lot of things to come into play. And so I think they settled right in, though.
You talk about the first district game. I mentioned just for being down there pregame, you can tell, and you always can, the intensity level immediately ratchets up. A familiar opponent in the building, the games, those district, you get that comma on the schedule down. You get those district games. Was it just about getting back into your game maybe after that first quarter? Because offensively you were good in the first quarter, 16 points, but gave up the 18. Seemed like you got back into the Upperman team we've seen you be the last month. Was some of that just settling it down, getting back into playing normal basketball?
Yeah, I think some of it was, but also I think Stone's a good team.
They are.
They're a very well-coached team, too, so you're not going to come out and it's going to be perfect. They're going to be ready for you. They did a great job on their end, on the offensive end. We can't say we just weren't good defensively. They were good offensively, too, on that end. But, I mean, we did some things that we wish we could have done differently maybe, but, that's part of the excitement. That's part of what goes on, but, you can't take anything away from them.
1,000 points tonight. Taylor Delente hits it in very fitting fashion with a triple. It's interesting. I think about her journey as a freshman. Shoot the 3. And then last year she took a big jump. This year she's taken another big jump. What's her impact on this program and on this team as a junior to now be a part of the 1,000-point club?
Oh, man, I just told her, it was in the locker room what a great accomplishment it was. There's a lot of great players on that 1,000-point board, and she's one of them now. And, just how she's developed, she's such an easy kid to coach. She's got a great mind for the game. She loves basketball. She and I text some during the NBA games, text back and forth a little bit on how the game's going. And she's always she's very vocal. She was even a very vocal player as a freshman, actually. And she was mostly just a three-point shooter. And we've talked, the one thing we want is when you come here, hopefully each year, regardless of where you start, that you're better each year and you're gradually growing. And now she's a complete player. She can get to the rim. She shoots the 3 incredible. She's one of our best rebounders. She's really good on the defensive end. She's the, kind of our leader out there. So she does so many good things for us. Great teammate. You watch her get excited when Sadie hits a 3 or Gracie gets to the rim or whatever's happening. You see that she has a love for the game. So she's a real special player here. I've loved coaching her.
A player we've talked about in passing, but really has become a consistent offensive presence for you is Ella Harrell off the bench. She does it again tonight. Hit her career high on Tuesday with 12. Has 11 here. She's been consistently at 8 to 12 points. How critical has that been off the bench to have a player that you can rely on to get in, get her job done, and now give you some points each and every game?
It's huge. We knew that last year. We saw last year that she could make an impact, and I've told her that. You can be a big impact player for us, and she's doing that. She's hard to guard out there.
Yeah.
She's got a good knack. She's left-handed post people are hard to guard too.
Yeah.
But
I didn't have that luxury.
Yeah.
It didn't help.
But Ella, I'm really proud of her. She's just improved so much too over the year, and I think she's just going to get better and better as the season goes along. She's starting to rebound a lot better too. She's always been a pretty good rebounder, but now she's getting a little more aggressive to go get the rebound and really be aggressive. And I've been super proud of her and where she is at this point, and I think we're going to see even bigger things from her down the road.
You're now in it. You get Livingston Academy on Tuesday night, and you get Snowmageddon, which we don't do well with snow up here, so everything's going to shut down. So logistically, how are you guys anticipating on handling that, not being in school probably even into Monday, and then the difficulty in this district of you got a good opponent tonight, and then you have a team led by a 2,000-point scorer coming in here on Tuesday?
Yeah, we know that when we played Franklin County, that's it. We knew that was the lesson, and there's 10 games, and you can't relax for a second on any of those 10. And we've got a lot of great coaches, but a lot of great players in this league, and so many fans who are so into the games and so in tune with what's going on. It's actually a lot of fun. We were talking about before the game how tough our district was, but then Coach Tyler and I both said, but if you didn't have those games, some of our friends in other places, they sort of know they're going to go to the state tournament, and here you don't ever know. But then that makes for big crowds, excitement, big game days. So, it's all worth it in the end, but it can be taxing on everybody to play that. But, what a privilege, and it's so exciting for those kids to get the opportunity to play in a district like this. So we try to savor the moments, and it's tough. I guess we've gotten older. I can see how cool it is, maybe more than when I was younger.
I don't think we'd have this conversation when I first started up there. I don't know if it'd be the exact.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, but I just see what level you have to be mentally, physically, emotionally to compete in this district. And when we were 2A, it was the same in that district.
Yep.
There's just so many good basketball teams in this area. They know how to play, and they're well coached. So there's no breaks around here.
Absolutely. Well, the Lady Bees do welcome in Livingston Academy rivalry night coming up on Tuesday night. We'll have broadcast coverage of it, but you should come be a part of that game. It's fun to be here. Coach, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, Killer! You'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. Killer! When you fix stuff and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Welcome back again. Our thanks to Danny McWilliams for joining us during the Happy Hour halftime show. Back to action here in the third quarter. Dogfight, 23-21. Upperman with a narrow lead. And just like we expected, Ty Cobb and Cade Caps have combined for 11 points. So why are we where we are? Well, Jack Cordell has kept Stone alive. He has 11 points in this game so far. And for Upperman, very balanced. Landon Hall with 6. Colton Johnson with 6. 5 for Bronston Chaffin. 4 for Ty Cobb. 2 for Evan Huddleston. We know the bulk of the scoring for Stone has to come from Cordell and Caps. They need Caps to get it rolling. Upperman's okay with being that balanced. It's him and Cobb and Caps are different in that regard, but they would really like for Ty Cobb to start scoring the basketball as well.
Well, it's funny because both these teams defensively, they're throwing a good defender on Caps and on Cobb, but then they're just being as physical as they possibly can, trying to make it uncomfortable.
Well, Cobb got his first open look of the game, and it doesn't fall. Pops out, a chance for Stone in a 2-point game.
And a big reason why we've seen so many fouls. On top of it's just been a really physical ball game.
And how about the job that Evan Huddleston has done tonight on Cade Caps? But this time, Caps takes him to school. Turnaround shot, good for 2.
Yeah, that's just tough to defend. He's got the size on him inside and a really nice spin to the left shoulder.
The Tribeca signee, Cade Caps, looking to get it rolling. He can score in a hurry. Cobb got free off a couple of screens. Triggers the tray. Got it. Ty Cobb with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Look out. All of a sudden, Cobb and Caps are each finding the bottom of the net.
Pickett County is running clocking Clay County, by the way.
Yep, just like we expected. Our top 5's a mess on the bottom side. A turnaround shot. At least we had Pickett at 4. Cordell with a nice finish.
I think we're pretty comfortable with our top 4.
I'm really comfortable with my top two.
Yeah. Yes.
Super. I'm comfortable with the top
we
four.
do know these are the top two
and
teams.
I'm really good with these two being the top two. And the top four on the girls' side I'm good with. As Cobb skies up and finds Johnson. Now Torrance with it. Thinks about it. He does find Chaffin, and Chaffin with the easiest lay of his week.
Yeah, Basenko trying to front him there, and a good pass over the top leads to a timeout taken by Stone. Coach Cap's not liking what he's seen defensively right now.
And we kind of hit on this earlier. Stone is much more comfortable with this being a rock fight sort of game. They want it to make it a little bit ugly. Cade Caps is going to do real pretty stuff, but as a game, matchup-wise, they want to make it ugly. Upperman would love for this thing to turn into a track meet. Get running, gunning up and down the floor. That's not what Neil Caps wants in this game tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Stone Memorial is your typical transition ball club, and you said it, Upperman really can. They can do a lot of good things in the transition. You've got Ty Cobb and Bronston Chaffin who can get out and run. Obviously, Ty Cobb can facilitate, and Upperman probably has maybe a little bit more speed in their guards.
And the shooters.
As opposed to Stone Memorial, where they want to get into the half court, they want to slow the game down a little bit, and they want to get it to Cade Caps. I mean, they got to get him going offensively, but Upperman's done a great job on him defensively so far.
The Bees lead is 3. Neither team has led by more than 5 tonight. That tells you
it's been great.
The kind of game this has been. Left side, Cordell. They left him open, and Jack Cordell couldn't make him pay. Popped out. Rebound down to Evan Huddleston.
And he hasn't shot too many of those this season. He's been very selective when he does.
Huddleston, little hesitation, drives in, now floats back out to Cobb.
Just 7 for 21 from downtown this season for Cordell.
Big possession. Upperman trying to stretch it to a 2-score lead. Cobb sends to Huddleston. Now back to Cobb. Cobb walks up, and he's going to trigger the triple, and it fell. Ty Cobb, look out. Asanya Round, American Way Real Estate 3, his second in a row. Now here's Caps on the other end. Starts to drive in rhythm. Turn around over 2 Bs, and he hits it. Cade Caps finishes, and now a stoppage.
The
students are on the floor. So they'll back him up, and we're ready to go. And you can probably hear it on the microphone. As soon as Cap started to get ahead of steam, Bobby McWilliams went apoplectic. He does not want him driving downhill to sky up with that mid-range jumper, because he's not looking to get it inside typically. He can, but he's trying to get to that spot where he can just go up over everybody. It's an unguardable shot for Cade.
10 to 15 feet. Good luck.
Little 3-man weave play here as Huddleston gives off to Cobb. Cobb gets a couple of screens, uses them. Underhand flip for Turnbow. Overpass for Huddleston. Now Johnson inside. It's a flop. Johnson, turnaround shot, no. Chaffin with a putback, no. Got it back again. Bronston Chaffin is fouled. This one will go on Briggs Lowe. First player with 3 tonight is in black.
It's pretty impressive to just now get to 3 fouls
Seriously.
with as physical as it was in the first half. Bronston Chaffin a little bit upset with himself, though, because he has missed a few of those inside. Obviously, it's been a very physical ball game, but he's used to making most of those, even with the physicality.
And Chaffin struggling at the charity stripe. He's now 3 for 7 in this ball game, and those missed free throws are leaving Stone's door wide open.
Yeah, and I said it in the first half. A big reason why they have built a 3-4-point lead is because they've been able to get to the line more than Stone has. And it could be a little bit more than that. If Chaffin has been able to knock him down, he goes 0 for 2 again.
All right, it's now 3 for 8. That's 5 points. Left out there right now. A huge break for the Panthers. Cordell trying to make them pay. 4-point lead for the Bees on their home floor. Left side it goes for Dylan Phillips. Neither team's been able to find the flow. As Page lines up the deep tray. No, Chaffin goes up for the rebound. Flips ahead to Cobb. This is where Upperman wants to be. Running and gunning. Flip pass to Johnson. Outlet pass Huddleston. Back to Chaffin. Chaffin to Cobb. Cobb accelerates baseline. Skies up. Fires a pass that's tipped but finds Johnson. Back out to Cobb in the corner. Standing out to guard is Basenko. Cobb finds Turnbow. Nice feed to Huddleston. Triggers the triple. No. Rebound tipped. A good tip, and it goes out to Caps. Now Caps spinning his way into the front court. Caps is pushed down by Branson Turnbow. It's Turnbow's second.
That's what he's out there to do. He's out there to guard Cade Caps, and he's out there to be very, very physical when he is guarding him. It's between him and Evan Huddleston. They've been switching time just to kind of save some of those fouls because they know they're going to be very physical.
And Cade's used to it, but they are putting hands on him on every play. As there's a little battle between Basenko and Johnson, and they want him to be disrupted. They just want him to feel like there's a nuisance around him at all times so he can't get into that comfort zone where he can just be lethal. Now Johnson and Basenko, neither one are going to stand down from each other. And Turnbow says it's all good. Johnson says, I'm good. I'm not doing anything. That pass intercepted. Ty Cobb picked it off. Get your cameras ready. It's showtime as he lays it in with a finger roll. On Saturday, he's slamming it. And against Stone, he's making sure he gets 2. Here's Page. Sends left side Basenko. Upperman's lead all of a sudden is ballooned to 6. That pass somehow found Cade Capps. Throws it up. No, a foul is called. And it will be 2 free throws for Cade Capps. 1 for 2 so far at the stripe.
Yeah, he's had to fight every single time just to get a little bit of space so he can get the basketball. And then when he does get the basketball, to try to get to the line as well.
So they got that foul on Evan Huddleston. It's his second. As the first one for Capps is good.
Tell you what, Upperman's done a nice job of spreading those 2 fouls out.
Both teams, I mean, there's a ton with 2 fouls for Stone as well. Capps' second one, no good. 0 for 2, or 1 for 2 again for Cade Capps. Upperman's lead remains at 5.
Yeah, but Upperman seems like they're starting to be able to build on these leads. They're up by 4, now up by 5, and been able to add on these last couple of possessions.
Cobb sends right side Turnbow. Turnbow drives, fires to Chaffin, who goes up. No good, but a foul is called. Bronston Chaffin's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Caden Basenko picks up his third. Second Panther with 3. And that's going to send Hunter Haney to the table. He has 2 fouls. Bronston Chaffin at the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line, where it has been a struggle. 3 for 8 so far at the stripe for him. First one for Chaffin, nothing but net.
That one looked good.
Yeah, he said, what are you talking about, Noah? Haney is in. Upperman's lead, trying to push it to the largest of the night.
But these are turning into really big free throws. I mean, that goes unsaid, but especially now after missing so many of them.
Next one is good. Those 2 were cool, calm, and collected.
Jersey untucked or blood somewhere?
Maybe blood on it.
Yeah.
Or there's something on it the official wants to see.
They're checking Colton Johnson out.
Is he bleeding? They'll say he is, so he has to get taped up. And he will get 1 minute to check. They're going to tape him up or tape over the shirt wherever the blood is.
Check the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. Pickett County leading Clay County 74-30 late in that ball game.
That is dominance out of Pickett County.
74-40, sorry.
Still dominance out of Pickett County tonight. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. It's 35-28. And now more discussion. And is Caden Page the one who's bleeding potentially? He is. So now he'll be forced out of the game to get it taped up.
Well, he should get a minute now,
yes,
too.
Yes, he does.
And they're just going to make a sub.
Okay. Well, he does have 2 fouls, so there's also that to look at. Spencer Bowman has been coming off the bench in this game. So he'll go down to the table to get taped up. Long stoppage, probably better for Stone, because Upperman is starting to find their rhythm a little bit. They've stretched a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Stone, you got to get it into 14's hands, and you got to try to create some space for him, whether it's setting a screen, moving off the ball, which is what he's been doing these last couple of possessions. He's been coming from the wing, catching at the elbow. He's been trying to post up inside and doing a good job of being creative of how they're getting him the basketball because, well, he's had to do it for the last 4 years and being creative.
And Jack Hennessy is going to check into the game. We'll get back to action as Caden Page gets a finger taped up, I believe, is what the blood's coming from. I don't think it's anything serious. I'm not sure he even knew he was bleeding out there. It showed up against that white jersey. Now Collier Bush playing lockdown defense, close to 5 seconds, and he gets it to Capps. Capps stutter steps on Turnbow a couple of times. Tries to back him down. Capps into the low block. Skies up and finishes. Cade Capps is out of this world.
You just can't let him get there. And I know it's obviously easier said than done, but if he gets inside, he stepped out of bounds.
And they'll say Cobb stepped out of bounds on the back of the heel when he went to work. And that's a break for Stone because he had absolutely torched the defender about to go inside. 5-point game again after the 2 and the turnover. Nobody's going anywhere tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, please like the stream. We need you to comment along with us, even though we're on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Doing a lot of streaming on YouTube. Work it over. Capps from way downtown. That's no good. That's the heat check shot. But an offensive rebound and a hold going to be called here, I believe, on Colton Johnson. It is. That's his second personal. Team's third. Offensive rebound there by Hunter Haney. And Kane Page back into the game after getting some tape. Dylan Phillips not as done. There is some chirping going on in the student section. That is right up on the floor here in Baxter.
They've already had to be backed up once.
Wouldn't surprise me if it happens again. Page starts to drive. He floats back to Cordell. Chaffin steps up to him. Cordell tries to drive past. Chaffin says no. Cordell floats the pass back to Page. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. 5-point lead for the Bees on their home floor. Importance of protecting home floor in this district going to be huge as Branson Turnbow going to be called on the floor. That's 2 hands in the lower back. His third, and it sends Landon Hall to the table to check in.
Team's fourth as well, so the next one is going to start to send Stone to the line, which is something they would love to get to with 2:42 remaining here in the third.
They're watching that 2 hands. Get them in the back. They let them be pretty handsy outside, but not in there. Overpass into the corner. Little drive through for Hennessy. Now he sends back to Page from the secondary logo. That's no good. I'm not sure that's the shot Neil Capps wants. And Jack Cordell just picked up a personal as he threw Hall down to the ground with a hook and hold.
Yeah, he was hooking him up, trying to get loose, trying to get the rebound, and Coach Capps saying, hey, we don't need that. And especially on a 3, it's probably going to be a long rebound no matter what if it's a miss.
It's a second personal, or second team foul, third team foul. I will get it eventually. Math is great. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. It's a 5-point game. Getting that break, though, and now we have a hold on Cordell as he grabbed Ty Cobb off a screen. That'll be his second in the last 30 seconds. And now both teams have 4 on the board. And there goes Dylan Phillips back to the table here for Stone. Jack Cordell gets a breather. Inbound to Chaffin. Underhand flips back to Ty Cobb. Cobb accelerates, steps through, up and under. Count it. Ty Cobb again. 4 points in the first half. He's got 10 in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a really strong drive by Ty Cobb as well. He's got defenders in front of him, able to split them and get the finish through the contact. And just like that, Jack Cordell is going to come back into the ball game.
And the foul goes on Hunter Haney. That is his third. Cordell back in, Huddleston back in as well. Johnson, or Collier Bush rather, back in. Johnson's still out there as Cobb is at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
And when Chaffin has come out of the game, Stone has been able to make a little bit of progress getting into the lead. They're going to need it here now, trailing by 8.
Ty Cobb starting to get his. Cade Capps is as well. He has 7 in the quarter for 14 in the game. Both of them have 14 each. Capps with it. Pivots into a triple team. Back out to Page. Page into the corner. Open 3 ball on the way. Good. Big triple for Jake Hennessy.
That's a really nice job. You're going to get left open because they're getting helped off to Cade Capps, and so he's able to knock it down. That's going to spread out that offense.
Collier Bush lines up the 3. In and out, no. Had Huddleston next to him, and now a tie-up. And I believe this is going to be a foul. And this is 2 free throws here for a good free throw shooter in Jack Cordell as he'll go down to the other side. Well, Cordell just a 67% free throw shooter. The numbers mean nothing. These next 2 mean everything. As Huddleston, I believe, was that Huddleston called for the personal? Everybody on the floor has 2, besides Johnson, who has 3. Students making a lot of noise. Jack Cordell silences them for a moment as he hits the first.
Yeah, and there were about 3 different players inside there. It may have been Collier Bush.
It was Collier Bush who picked up his personal. Now he'll be subbed out for Bronston Chaffin. Branson Turnbow back in for Colton Johnson.
But again, a big couple of possessions there for Stone Memorial. Trailed by 8. Good free throw, makes it a 4-point game. Unable to make the second to make it a 1-possession game, but able to count it to 4.
And the free throw line has been an experience tonight for both teams. Ty Cobb walking up towards Jack Cordell. Cordell needs to be careful, has 2 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up the third this early. Now they'll switch, and Haney will step out towards Ty Cobb. Up, Stone shows help. Now Torrance gives over to Hall. Hall puts the dribble down. Turnaround shot. Foul is called. And this one going to go on Hennessy. That is his third. And Landon Hall will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. And people are going to foul out of this ball game tonight. Take that one to the bank.
Final score in Birdstown. A check of the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. 74. Of course, I turned it off. I believe it was 76-41. Pickett County wins.
Pickett County with a dominant victory over their arch rival Clay County tonight in Byrdstown. Hall splits them as the free throw struggles continue for both teams. Upperman's lead back to 5. Cade Caps now bringing it up, working on Turnbow. And a foul will be called, and that is a big one. Branson Turnbow picks up his 4th, and this is 2 easy free throws for Cade Caps, one Upperman could not afford to take.
Yeah, and still with 64 seconds to play here in the third quarter, so unless Upperman is able to hold for that final shot, Stone might get another chance to cut into the lead.
And when you consider how well Turnbow has defended Caps, him having to go out with 4 fouls could loom large as Cade Caps looks to spurn a little comeback. First free throw is no good. And that will spurn on the student section to get a little bit rowdier.
He was about a 93% free throw shooter a year ago.
And he missed. Oh, that would pop through. It was a set it and forget it. Cade Caps at the line, 2 on the stat sheet. Let's go the other way. Don't even worry about shooting them.
That's what Jacob Amonette's doing this year.
It's a little different this year. Under a minute to play, see if Upperman holds. They have a 4-point lead. They led by 1 at the end of the first. They led by 2 at the end of the second. They lead by 4 right now, late in the third. And it looks like they are content to hold if Stone will let them. Cobb puts it on his right hip, and we will wait.
I think both teams are probably okay with it.
I hope you had your milk bread. I don't know why we all go buy milk. That makes no sense, but if power goes out, you're going to have to set it outside.
It'll be cold enough.
It's going to snow a whole lot starting at 6 a.m.
Yep. Not going to be any basketball played this weekend.
Nope. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Cobb will wait. And by the way, Stone would do the exact same thing in this situation.
Correct. Any smart team would.
8 seconds. There goes Ty Cobb. Left side. He skies up 4-3. Are you kidding me? Ty Cobb! That is ridiculous to cap off the third quarter. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 by the baddest sophomore in the state. We'll head to the break. It's 42-35. Get your popcorn ready. Coverage of the high school basketball game of the week presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
We got a barn burner. Upperman with a 42-35 lead at the end of the third quarter, and it comes on a ridiculous 3 by Ty Cobb, who held it for 45 seconds, then had 2 Stone defenders in his face, and he buried the triple with 2 seconds to go. But this game is far from over. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. Madison McKay producing things. We've been waiting for this one, and it has lived up to the hype so far, and we got a dandy of a fourth quarter still to go.
Now the Upperman students are making their presence known. They've had to be backed up a couple of times down there on the court.
This is a tough place to play if you're an opponent in a big game. Backdoor cut stolen away by Landon Hall. Upperman pushing the tempo ahead to Collier Bush. Page with nice transition defense as Cobb floats over to Turnbow. Now Hall from the baseline. Back to Cobb. Now Bush, right side. Collier Bush puts it down on the deck. Multi-sport athlete. Baseball player and basketball player. Collier Bush alongside Evan Huddleston. Left side Hall. Back to Cobb. Cobb. He hit 3 threes, and that's going to be a foul called on Caden Page. He got 2 quick ones. That's his first one since, but it is his third. Team's first. 7:22 to go in the ball game, and the war of attrition is going to begin. Generally, right now, Stone's in worse shape in the foul count. A lot more with 3. But Branson Turnbow has 4, and he's done a great job against Cade Caps tonight, but not right now when he's on the bench.
He's out there on the floor right now.
Where? No, he's not.
Right there.
Oh, you're right. He is. And he has the basketball now. And he turns around and made a shot. There he is. Branson Turnbow for 2. He was hidden away from me. That's his first points tonight.
He's guarding Cade Caps, too.
And it may be what? And now there'll be a foul for a hold called on Bush as Page had a step on him. Sorry, Branson. Collier Bush picks up his third. Team's first, and Evan Huddleston goes to the table. It may be one, you say if you're Bobby McWilliams, hey, if he fouls out, but keep playing the way you're playing and see if they can stretch the lead as they're up to a 9-point lead. Score up down EJ's Barnes scoreboard. Notre Dame leads or ties Penn State at 10 in the Orange Bowl.
Back in.
Cade Caps, turnaround shot in the mid-range. He is so freaking good. 17 for Caps, 18 for Cobb. Cobb has the basketball now. Drives in towards Caps, now forced back to Turnbow.
Problem for Stone is the supporting cast for Upperman has been better tonight, and that's why they've got the lead right now.
Hall gives back to Cobb. He's wide open. It's a deep one, and he hit it. Ty Cobb with his fourth. Sonia Brown, American Way Real Estate, 3 of the half, and now a reach on Evan Huddleston. That is his third. In on Caps. And every time 14 touches the ball, he's having a white jersey. Touch him, hit him, grab him, harass him. Every time. A 10-point Upperman lead. It is not over, but Stone needs to be really careful because it is gradually stretching throughout the entire half. Huddleston has also guarded Caps a lot tonight. He has 3. You don't want him and Turnbow to pick up 4 each if you're the Bees. Caps, step back 3. No. Rebound down to Ty Cobb. There goes Ty. Puts it behind the back. Cobb. 6:10 to go in the ball game. Big possession defensively for the Panthers. Cobb drives, skies up, foul's called on the floor, and it's going to be Caden Page's 4th personal foul.
A couple subs will come in for Stone Memorial.
And I'm going to be good tonight, but next time these two teams play, I hope we have some different stripes because it's just been entirely too many fouls called. In a game like, it's going to be a physical game, and that needs to be okay in a game like this. Way too much ticky-tack stuff on both sides in this ball game. Right side, Torrance. Chaffin starts to drive. Bronston Chaffin, underhand flip, back out Torrance. Swinging around for Huddleston. Now Cobb. Somehow Torrance saves that in for now, but an errant pass leads to a turnover. Caps. What do we got? A block is the call on Chaffin. They blew the whistle. They didn't know what to call. They eventually called the block. And it is the second on Bronston Chaffin. It is the 3rd team foul against the Bees.
It's really tough to call. It's really tough to call because Caps has to be allowed to at least turn. And I think when they got Chaffin maybe sliding a half second still underneath. As Caps was in the air.
Back in now for the Bees. Not all the starters in now for Stone. That pass back out to Bowman. He's off the bench tonight, finds Cordell. Stone needs a bucket here. Is this the one? Sure is. Cade Caps splashes home the triple. He's got 20 tonight. 5 in the quarter already for Cade.
Yeah, just a 32% three-point shooter, but big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments, and he does it right there.
7-point lead for the Bees now. Huddleston, left side for Chaffin. Chaffin, collision and a foul. Caps has got to be careful here. Didn't like the call, and he made sure it was known. That's just his second. And Caps said something to Chaffin, and Chaffin just pointed at his arm and said, "You hit right here."
He did. I think he probably would have hit the ball if he didn't lose the ball. It kind of worked out in Chaffin's favor. He kind of lost the ball on the way up, and if he actually makes the pass, it probably gets deflected.
Cobb across the timeline here. We're going to 5 to play in the ball game. This rivalry's taught you should never tune out too soon. There's still a lot of twists and turns to come. Cobb overpass to Huddleston in the corner. Now into Chaffin. Chaffin muscles his way. Turnaround shot. Bronston Chaffin is fouled. This is going to be the 4th on Briggs Lowe. And Chaffin, who's had an up-and-down night at the line, he did just make his last 2. Goes back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line where he's 5 of 10 on the evening.
Yeah, and they let Lowe get away with a little bit of that physicality on those first couple of body bangs, but then on the last one when they're up in the air, that's when they get it on him. And we'll see what Chaffin can do at the line.
The first one got the friendly roll in his home gym, and Bronston Chaffin goes into double figures with 10. And that supporting cast that you talked about between these two teams has been the difference so far as Chaffin goes 2 for 2. A player like Landon Hall was 7. Stone doesn't have that on the board. Both the big 2s for each team. Chaffin and Cobb, Cordell and Caps have each played well in the game, but Hall has 7. 6 for Colton Johnson. Nobody else has more than 3 so far for Stone Memorial.
Cordell has really been held in check here in this second half.
Yeah, he had he had 11 points in the first half. He has 3 in the second, and now a timeout called before the shot by Neil Caps, who wants to set up something in the offensive end. 4:25 to go. It's a 30-second timeout on the floor.
Yeah, and I was just going to say a big reason why that Cordell has not gotten a lot of points in this second half. Kate Caps has been handling the basketball a lot more in this second half. They're trying to obviously get him going a little bit more and trying to get them back into the basketball game. A timeout kind of slow things down, talk it over. 4:25 to play. This is a big possession. You're down by 9 points. If you don't get points here and Upperman goes down and scores, go up by 11 or 12, it'll be really hard to come back from.
Biggest YouTube audience of the season watching live. We need you to do us a few favors. Please comment. Several people are. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please hit that thumbs up button on the stream. It helps us out a ton, especially here on YouTube, where they treat their creators well. Stone Memorial going to inbound from the baseline. They trail by 9. Inbound goes inside. Johnson there, turning a couple of times, and the finish for Kane Basenko. His first points tonight. Upperman wanted to travel. They don't get it.
It's a really good pivot. He faked to the right, spins back to the left, and able to get Johnson to go past.
Cobb with it. This is way too much space for Cobb. He decides to not trigger the triple. Instead gives off to Turnbow, who drives in. Mid-range bunny. Good. Banked it in. 4 in the fourth quarter for Branson Turnbow. He's got 4 fouls, and he's still going stride for stride with Cade Caps. Caps works away from a double. Fires it inside. Now into the corner. Extra feed. Back to Caps. Open tray blocked. Ty Cobb swats it. The quarterback finds him. Here's Cobb skying up and good for 2. Ty Cobb with the block. Timeout called by Caps. How about the save from Bronston Chaffin and Ty Cobb in transition? You can forget about it. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. The Bees lead is 11 on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Welcome back. 3:38 to go in the ball game. Upperman's leads 11. Still time for Stone, but they need a run. And this has been a really nice second half for the homestanding Bees so far, Jacob.
Yeah, and it's obviously, I think that possession right there just kind of shows what they've been working towards in this ball game. They're trying to play some really good defense on Cade Caps. They get a block on him. Ty Cobb goes out in front. Bronston Chaffin saves it from going out of bounds. Really, really good sequence there for Upperman to get the momentum back on their side. Now you've got an 11-point lead, and if you're Upperman, when you get the basketball back, you can just start to bleed this clock because you're going to start to get to the foul line, and you're going to have to rely on shooting free throws.
Caps, turnaround jumper for 3. No good. Rebounded by Ty Cobb. It has been a very difficult night for Cade Caps at the hands of this Upperman defense. Collier Bush is wide open. This would be the dagger. No good. Rebound down and a chance for Stone. Caps with defenders chasing. Caps drives into the baseline and an offensive foul as he extended the arm on Collier Bush, and Cade Caps picks up his 3rd.
And if I'm Upperman, I'm not shooting this basketball. I mean, I'm up by 11 points.
Yep.
You do not want to give them a chance to even try to get back into this game. 3 team fouls right now on Upperman. That is the 5th on Stone Memorial. It's player controlled, so it's not going to be free throws. But the next one sends you to the line. Just move this basketball around and run it down.
Turnbow has it. Yeah, this is where you go into not looking for a quick shot. You're looking for a great shot. You'll shoot it if you're open, but if not,
unless it's a layup or a wide open 3 in rhythm, that's it.
You don't want to give Cade Caps opportunity to get in rhythm. As Chaffin and a timeout will be called. by Bobby McWilliams. A 30-second timeout, 2:46 to go, and now you're getting very close to Stone having to make a decision on if they want to play the foul game or
You
not.
have to. You're down by 11. You've got to get the basketball back, and you got to decide who you want to foul. Bronston Chaffin has struggled at times tonight, and maybe you go outside of that. Maybe you go to somebody else who's out on the floor that hasn't shot any free throws tonight, to a Jack Torrance and Evan Huddleston, who are pretty good shooters themselves. But, hey, it's a big-time moment. See if you can put them at the line and maybe try to ice them a little bit. But you have to start playing that foul game with 2:46 remaining. That clock is just going to keep on ticking. You're down by 11. You have to get the basketball back in your hands.
By the way, we did have a score update on the EJ's Barn scoreboard in the girls' game. Cumberland County defeated Livingston Academy tonight. Big win for the Lady Jets. Ellie Butler did not play in that game. An important note. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day because it's a huge win in the standings for Cumberland County, who's now winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, 50-36, they win that game. Livingston Academy not having their best player on the floor, a 2,000-point scorer as well.
Stone trying to deploy the trap, stretching it all the way up. Miscommunication between Cobb and Bush, but Cobb puts it in the spin cycle and a foul, and that is not who Stone wants at the line. Ty Cobb going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. To shoot 2.
I think Stone was trying to move it around. There should be 2 free throws here.
It is. It is 2. Now they got it. Hennessy called for his 4th. Caden Page to the table. And the officials have been way too involved, but still feels like Upperman is putting themselves in position to earn this victory tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've been the better team in this game so far, a better team game for them, and we talked about it in the pregame. Who in the supporting cast is going to step up? I believe you said Landon Hall's got 7 points tonight. He has been really, really big throughout this game. It was Jack Cordell in the first half for Stone Memorial. The big 2 have been really solid on both sides. And then outside those big 2, who's been able to score more? It's been Upperman.
1 for 2. The struggles continue at the line for both teams. Cobb splits them. 12-point game. Stone can score in a hurry. They're going to have to start quickly here. Caps. Off the screen. Cordell inside. Swiped away by Branson Turnbow. Now that's loose on the floor. We got to tie up. The arrow belongs to the Bees with 2:15 to go. And Branson Turnbow playing with 4 fouls. Still finds a way to make an impact on the defensive end.
It's been some really good minutes from Evan Huddleston and Branson Turnbow have been tasked with guarding Cade Caps tonight. I think you said he's up to 20 points. He's had to earn every single one of those points on the night. A guy that averages 31 a ball game.
Thank you very much, Randy. I sure am happy to be back on the headset. There's a steal for Stone. Now into the full court it goes. Can Cap save it? He can. Loose on the floor now, stolen away by Bronston Chaffin. Now into the half court. Cobb fouled on the way up. And getting his money's worth was Basenko. That's his 4th, and Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And Upperman can feel it. It's early January. This is going to be a big-time statement district win for the Bees.
Yeah, this is going to be a really big win for Upperman. I mean, there's still 1:56 to go, but the way that this game has been going, they're getting to the line. They're able to continue knocking down their free throws. They're going to be able to get out of here with a really hard-fought victory. And these 2 teams are going to get a long weekend, and they're going to have earned that long weekend coming up.
Mitchell, thank you, Randy, very much. I am glad to be back. It was not the best weekend in the world in the McKay household, but I'm glad to be back in the gym. Thank you to my lovely wife for taking care of me because it was bad.
The indentation's still there on the couch?
It certainly, you fall right through it right now. It was bad. But we're here now. We had a great game tonight. No matter how much the ending result is, this was an awesome basketball game. As Cap sends over left side, Cordell triggers the 3, no. Rebound tipped. Johnson fires it ahead to Bronston Chaffin. 2-hand slam. And that is all she wrote tonight. Upperman has pulled away in the second half as Caps triggers the 3, and he'll hit it. Cade Caps for a triple. Timeout, Neil Caps. They need a major league miracle tonight. It is a full-time, never mind, it's a 30-second timeout. Stone sat down. They'll have to stand them back up. Never mind, it is full. We'll take it with them. One final commercial break before we wrap things up from Baxter. Back in 30 seconds.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
.125 to go in the ball game. Upperman with a decisive second half effort. They lead 58-45, and it's been all on the defensive end for the Bees here as they have really neutralized an explosive pair of scores for the Stone Memorial Panthers, but it is a 13-point game. It is still 1:25 to go, and it is still Cade Capps on the floor. Chaffin gives back to Turnbow. Back to Chaffin. Upperman going to have to get it across the timeline here as Turnbow will do just that. Sends it to Huddleston. Johnson inside, open, too strong, but Ty Cobb takes out the trash for 2 more.
Colton Johnson pretty lucky Ty Cobb is right there. Otherwise, they may have gotten a little bit of an earful afterwards.
Now Capps on the other end. 3 ball won't go. Power dribbles down. Turnaround shot. No good. Capps got his own rebound. The putback, no. And that is how it's been. Just white jerseys around Cade Capps all night long. Another foul, and this is 2 freebies for Bronston Chaffin. He'll go about 80 feet to the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line, and now Neil Capps has been teed up. That one was brewing for a while. Whoever lost tonight was going to be really upset with the officials. It was not a well-officiated ball game tonight.
Super, super physical game.
Not an easy game to officiate.
No, and especially a crew that is not from around here, not used to seeing these teams a lot.
Okay, hang on. As we're going to 2 free, I want to give a big shout-out to Matthew Deal. Okay, he comments along here. Great job, guys. I had Stone above Upperman in my rankings. He said I didn't give him a pass for the Stewart's Creek game, which we said we did. That's why you are the experts for the Upper Cumberland. First of all, thank you. Respect for owning it. You're one of the only ones who will, as the first free throw is no good for Chaffin. But seriously, appreciate that, Matthew, very much. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight.
I mean, these are definitely the top 2 teams.
We are so good on that. There's no question. Chaffin missed them both. And now the technical free throws will be shot by Ty Cobb. And the scoreboard chant rains out from the Upperman students who brought it tonight. This student section brought it beneath us this evening.
Always doing these big games.
And the first one for Cobb is good.
Had to be pushed back a couple of times.
And this is a second half. All of a sudden, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 26 points in the second half for Ty Cobb.
Wow.
After 4 points in the first half.
Yeah.
And you think about that 3 at the end of the third quarter that he hit to stretch the advantage to 7. It was just a cold-blooded 3.
Well, that's when you look back on it, that's massive. I mean, he misses that. It's a 2-possession ball game. That makes it a 3-possession game, and Upperman.
And the vibe in here is we have a stoppage. I'm not sure what it's, maybe a clock issue.
Yeah.
The clock wasn't running. But the vibe in here was totally different. They were dancing in the timeout in between quarters, and it just felt like a huge shot in the game.
This is obviously going to be a big win at the start of district play as well. Upperman will get Livingston Academy coming up next week on Tuesday, hopefully on Tuesday.
Yeah, and you heard Dana McWilliams say as the passing inside, Turnbow flips it back to Cobb. They're killing the clock. For the Lady Bees, said Franklin County, okay, now we're done. It's a 10-game season. Got to go. And Upperman begins to celebrate. It's a convincing victory tonight for the Bees. The number 1 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland shows off why they have the ranking. A big-time second-half performance by the Upperman Bees. And with 10 seconds on the clock, that will do it. Final score tonight, Upperman 62, Stone Memorial 45. The Bees get it done to open up district play. We welcome you into the Legacy House postgame show. Jacob, it was as much of a dogfight as we expected to have. Felt like in the third quarter, Upperman started to control the pace, dictate the tempo of the game. They pull away in the fourth. Game felt a lot closer than a 17-point final spread, but nonetheless, it's a good victory for the Bees tonight.
Oh, it's a heck of a win for Upperman tonight. And you said it, they just were able to extend it late in this ball game with knocking down some free throws, playing some good defense, and you just got to go back to the end of that third quarter. You mentioned that 3 made by Ty Cobb. makes it a 7-point lead instead of a 4-point lead at the end of 3. It gets that momentum going in the fourth quarter. Just a really strong finish for the Upperman Bees. And for Stone Memorial, I mean, you still got a lot of the season left. You're still going to get them back in Crossville coming up later on in the year, and so you're going to get another crack at them. And I would imagine it could be a very physical ball game again, just like it was tonight.
It's going to be the high school basketball game of the week again when they get together. Let's look at the scoring in the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. First for Stone Memorial, falls to 12-5 on the season with the loss. They're back in action on Tuesday against Sparta. 23 points for Cade Capps tonight, 14 for Jack Cordell, 3 for Jake Hennessy, 3 for Caden Page, and 2 for Kane Basenko for a team total of 45. For the Upperman Bees, who improved to 14-2 on the season with the victory, they return to action on Tuesday at home against Livingston Academy. A smooth 30 points for Ty Cobb, 13 for Bronston Chaffin, 7 for Landon Hall, 6 for Colton Johnson, 4 for Branson Turnbow, and 2 for Evan Huddleston for a team total of 62. I will fire you if you don't get this one right. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jacob, who's it going to this evening?
It's going to be Ty Cobb.
Yep.
He's your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. A heck of a second half for Cobb, who obviously they were defending him really, really physically and very well in that first half. And they defended him well in the second half, but he was able to get some more open spaces and then hitting the threes as well. What really opened it up for Ty Cobb in that second half was able to knock down a couple, really spread that defense out. A heck of a job by Cobb.
Upperman gets it done tonight, 62-45. Bundle up. Right? Get the sleds out for the kids.
For the kids?
For us.
Get them out for us.
We take donations of sleds. Be safe this weekend. We will get through this together as Snowmageddon has arrived. What a doubleheader we had tonight. District 7 AAA play has begun. It started with a Lady Bee victory 71-42, and the Bees get it done 62-45. We'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose has coverage of this game coming on later, either tonight or tomorrow, maybe a little bit of both, knowing Michael Lindsay. All coming to the website. Make sure you keep your eyes there. Join us Tuesday. We will have broadcast coverage of games throughout the area. Wednesday night for the UCR basketball show presented by Fire and Vine. Jacob and myself will continue to unveil the top 5 and break down the latest happenings around the Upper Cumberland on the hardwood. Final score in the boys game. Upperman 62, Stone Memorial 45. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent.